to acknowledge a mistake made earlier on our program. During our coverage of yesterday's dignified transfer, we inadvertently aired video from an older dignified transfer instead of the ceremony that took place yesterday. We deeply regret the error and extend our respect and condolences to the service members' families. We honor the sacrifice of those 6 American heroes. They are Captain Cody Cork, Sergeant First Class Nicola Moore, Sergeant First Class Noah T. Chens, Sergeant Declan Cody, Major Jeffrey O'Brien, and Chief Warrant Officer 3, Robert Marzon. All American heroes.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, sure you did. Sure, that was a complete and total accident.
Yeah.
Even you know what a despicable piece of this whatever is in the Oval Office wearing a doofy, what do you call it, baseball hat to the transfer of, oh my God. So that was if you didn't. Fox News apologized, and they aired old footage because they know what it. Oh, do I need to jingle Jody in or no? No, you're just here. You're just here. Listen, kids, we're all playing hurt this week.
Yes.
Poor Bella.
Should be in the hospital.
Yes. May have to go to the ER today. Chris is on vacation. It's always a perfect storm, right? It's a perfect. But I just want to say, what did I say before? Everybody, no stress. I'm so grateful to Jody and Lonnie and everybody. Look at this is like a scene from broadcast news. Did you see this? Did you see how much Jody just printed the entire internet, and that wasn't working right, and she soldiered on, and look at that.
Because it's
not, every day it's like 3 days for the weekend, and then also World War III, and so there's a lot. And Chris is on vacation, and Bella
has a hurt paw.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris has a hurt paw. Bella has a hurt
internal paw.
Yes. Hurt area.
Poor baby.
Quadrant.
So
call it. Yeah.
In case you've missed the medical journal here, Bella has to have her gallbladder out, and so yes, you were in a lot of distress, and it should have come out a long time ago.
Yes.
I'm going to go Shirley MacLaine times 11 billion when she finally gets to the hospital and give my daughter the shot.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's because she's a lady, they don't listen to us. It takes us.
Oh, you're just being hysterical. Oh, sure, your
even
tummy
lady
hurts.
doctors.
Does your tummy hurt? Are you having lady troubles?
Oh, the amount of pregnancy tests they had me do. I'm like, I'm not pregnant. I promise. It's not.
Oh, I could have told them that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she does not want to have kids. Nobody in Gen Z does. Are you kidding? Bring it to this world? Bring it to this
Absolutely
world?
not.
You know what? Just throw pregnancy tests out.
Plus, she's tired all the time.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, it's
The
not.
baby. Please send some love and healing light to our baby, Bella. Chris is on a very well-deserved vacation. He has a broken hand from his bike accident. I'm just a hot mess in general.
Always.
Basically, Jody and Lonnie are propping up this entire
they are.
rickety enterprise this morning. Jody, I do apologize for this, but I'm having a hard time, aren't you? You host, as we know, the Politics Bar, and are on 75 other podcasts. Are you out of words about what's happening?
Yes.
Are you terrified? But what? I can't even get my head around how many war crimes just in the last 2 days. 3. First of all, to watch Trump lie that Iran bombed their own school
with a Tomahawk missile. We are the only country that uses those.
Yes. So, of course, it's confirmed by video, New York Times, elsewhere, everywhere, as CNN. Of course, it was us.
Yeah.
But there he is with this stupid hat on. It was Iran. And then the head said, oh, yeah, we're investigating. They're just liars. I mean, I literally am going to overseas sources to go there. First of all, overseas sources are saying they're lying to us about the amount of American deaths.
I believe
it could be up to 1,000.
I believe
they're lying to us about how many of our bases are being demolished. We have committed, I don't know how many, not just the school war crime, right?
The sinking of the ship.
The sinking. We sank an unarmed Iranian ship 2,000 miles from the conflict zone that was involved in exercises that we knew about because we were involved too. They were unarmed. We sunk the ship and left the sailors to drown. War crime number 2. The oil refinery. We just bombed an oil refinery.
That was real smart, wasn't it?
In a unbelievably populated. I don't know if you saw the pictures from Tehran. This is not a video game. This is civilians being incinerated.
That's chemical warfare.
Yes, it is chemical warfare. I mean, there is acid rain raining down on people. What was the tweet or the thread? The sun didn't come up today in Iran because they have to wear masks because it's raining. Yes, it is chemical warfare. Everything we accuse Saddam of, but this isn't in the middle of the desert. It's in the middle of Tehran. Even Switzerland has stopped being neutral. I mean, Bella's read history books.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can always count on.
Yeah.
Switzerland's like, no, the U.S. is a piece of... right? I mean, I can't... I don't know how this ends. This has got to stop.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the Epstein, I didn't know that was Katie Johnson, the 13-year-old. Lisa Bloom was just here in studio.
Mm-hmm.
That was her client, if you recall, before the election, who was terrified, scared to death, and dropped.
Mm-hmm.
It was her. That was the 13-year-old that had enough credible. Her accusations were credible enough. They aren't accusations. There's sworn testimony. There's evidence.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI interviewed her 4 times and used it to convict both Epstein and Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
So. It's just to get your head around the amount of, and at least I'm glad I'm seeing these overpasses with, war crimes don't, stop sex crime or,
Right.
sex crimes.
Either one.
I don't know which one comes first,
Either
but they
one.
don't, right? But at least I'm hoping people are paying attention because I don't know. I filled my tank up yesterday. Did you?
I have.
Holy crap. I mean, gas is over $100 a barrel, and we killed the old guy that was about to die. His son is even more, which is what we said, even more far right, hardline, and now we've killed his entire family. Trump's like, oh, I'm going to have to be involved in who? Really? Iran's like, you? Really? Like, oh, I'm going to be involved in picking the leader. Like, they're feeling so, charitable toward you right now. But I mean, so here we are. There's no freedom or regime change or whatever. It's and he's young and healthy.
Very.
He's 56. Ay. Okay. I don't, thank you. Chris Titus, this was my only sanity this weekend.
lovely.
A bike ride in 4,000-mile-an-hour wind. And also, wow, was I a little windsock? Holy crap. But we did it. Sang Freebird the whole way, which Lonnie appreciated as a
I
hard
know.
rocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Freebird, yeah.
PCH, man. Fly high. Okay. Was that even close, Lonnie?
No.
Not really. Can you find Freebird? I just want to relive. I don't know what you and Lonnie do to escape, Jody. What do you do
Watch
emotionally?
television.
But like what? What do you do to keep your
I watch
sanity?
really good stuff like Paradise. That's really uplifting.
I'm watching Felicity now. I never saw it, and I love Carrie Russell
A friend
and
of mine was
The
on that
Diplomat.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a girl I went to
No,
high
I have
school
to
with was on that
totally
show.
disconnect at a certain time of day. I just,
Oh, yeah.
I can't. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. No, I want to know everyone. You know what? Call us with your coping mechanisms today. Let's all help each other. Let's be liberal helpers, shall we? Yeah! I recommend riding up PCH on your bike in 4,000-mile wind, singing Freebird with your friend Charlie. If you don't have a friend Charlie, get one. If you don't have a bike, get one.
I think we broke her.
I think so.
Bella's like, really? And I'm going to pop a gallstone and I got to hold up this hot mess over here. Yeah, anyway, but social media too, where I get, by the way, doing way better journalism. This is how we got here.
Yes.
Because Fox News is in the same thing we watched, Jody, in the Iraq War. Rah, rah, rah. You hate the troops if you're not rah, rah, rahing this, this fantastic military, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Oh my God! Again, whitewashing. Using footage so you can't see what a doofy mother or he looks like in his white. And he only even went because he got shamed into it again.
course.
That
If
everyone's
you
like,
look at him-
he's not greeting any of the the
He
remains.
looked bored. He looked like a child that was forced to go somewhere.
Yes, yeah, was forced to go to church or
Right.
something. It was. Anyway, Chris Titus said, let's see, the U.S. lost 92,000 jobs in February. Oil is above $100 a barrel. The president is spending approximately $1 billion a day on a war the majority of Americans oppose, and the national debt is $39 trillion, the highest ever, America's golden age. But, I'm sorry, that was Rick Stengel. Chris Titus said, again, as to how we got here, the censorship about the Iran war is beyond Orwellian. We've lost billions in infrastructure and bases all over the Middle East. This is what happens when dumb people vote for dumb people. #, World War III.
Amen.
I mean, that's the other news. This is not going well for us.
No, it is not.
We're
We're the bad guys.
Yeah. And it's just, you can't even. I can't believe what one dumb mother has been able to do. He has blown up, Jody, the world economy and the U.S. economy in less than a year. Belle, I'm sorry. This cannot be very soothing for you. Let's just take a moment to say Mommy loves you.
Yeah.
We're going to get you through this. You're going to get that stupid gallbladder. How much do we hate Bella's gallbladder? We hate it. Stupid gallbladder.
Oh, my roommates want me to keep it as like a wet specimen, and no.
I would totally do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boys are
so that guy.
gross. Boys are gross.
I can't.
All right, for women of a certain age, like let's just say Jody and I, the fact that we have Otter from Animal House coming up today
know.
is proof that we can't have nice things these days. How dreamy is Tim Matheson?
Still so dreamy.
Oh my God. We all
Sorry,
wanted to be Mrs. Otter. Even me, right?
Well, look at him.
I know. Also the vice president on the West Wing. So we'll just pretend he's the real vice president as well.
Can he make some decisions then? Can he help us?
Anyone would be
Help me,
better.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're our only hope.
Please. Rude Pundit and Cliff Schechter all on the big show. But Scott said it took a lot to kill what was an amazingly resilient economy in the United States in just 1 year. Donald Trump managed to do it. The economy fought him. It resisted. It kept bouncing back. But now jobs are lost. The stock market's dropping. Gas prices are rising. Inflation never stopped. The unemployment rate is up. Everything Trump touches dies. I mean, I don't even... We mentioned this Friday, but... Have I ever mentioned this is all one story? Russia is giving Iran intelligence on how to kill United States troops. And they asked Trump about it. He's like, that's a stupid question. He will... How much more obvious can this plot be? He is a Russian asset. He will never say anything bad about Putin. How is that a stupid question?
It's not. And wasn't it Ducey who asked him? I think it was Peter Ducey.
And who wins again? Putin, right? With oil prices and whatever. It's just okay. Yes, It's a Lovely Life says the Art of the Deal guy called Zelensky a dictator, mocked his clothes, humiliated him in the Oval Office. Now he's begging him for help with the drones in his own war. Meanwhile, Putin, the man whose framed photo hangs in the White House, is backing Iran, the country we're at war with. Trump is indeed a master negotiator. Here we go again. Yep. MAGA, am I right, everybody? Yeah. Jody, I don't know how you're going to get through all your shows this week, but you're going to have to buy a bunch of vowels because I don't know what else to say.
Wait until I host for you. Then I'll go nuts.
Oh.
By that Friday?
Yes. That's is it in 3 weeks? No, it's in 3 weeks. I got some stuff going on. And anyway, thank you, Jody Hamilton. Lonnie, did she tell you I texted her I love her in an unholy way? And I didn't even mean that sexually. I just meant...
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, a little bit. Such a buzzkill your husband's here. Every morning, looking at me. Silently judging me.
It's his job to look at you.
That's true. He has to film me.
Yeah, it's his job.
All right, listen, we're all going to soldier on the best we can, but this is, it's as bad as you think. I just do not know how this ends. Is the word catastrophic even enough for what is happening? And how do we get out of this? I know someone predicted, like everything else, he'll just declare victory. He'll look at the polls and gas prices and, but every single military, every other expert, our intelligence agencies knew this was going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
And here we are. And now they're talking about, what did he...
Draft?
Oh, I got
They're
all
talking about
excited.
the
I saw a thing.
draft.
Trump says Cuba at the end of its life. I was like, oh, I read that wrong for a second. Oh, I thought it said Trump was... Yeah.
He's thinking of bringing back the draft.
Thank you. They stopped, 82nd Airborne exercises, which is a sign they're getting ready to... right? For all the people that were hysterical, they're never going to get rid of Roe v. Wade. There's never going to be a draft. Here we are. I hate everyone this morning, except for the present company. Okay. I guess, Bella, I'm going to nap for a little bit.
Okay.
No, you have to do a
Okay,
thing.
I'll do the thing. 20 minutes after the hour, this portion of the show.
Good morning. Ooh,
Aren't you
cool,
peppy
baby.
from being in the middle of World War III?
Hello. Well, you know what? It was so delicious and juicy.
Succulent.
That Christy lost her job. You know what?
Yeah, let's take a moment.
I've been sucking on the bones on that. I put that. I'm making bone broth out of it.
I'm
Okay?
picking my teeth with a matchbook
That is how good it is.
You know, that gives me a flashback to my mother. She, for a proper Republican lady, she was a voracious carnivore. Francis, she would suck the bones on the ends of a meal, the marrow up.
Marrow was a big thing back then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you
I
something.
call that
grew up-
Christy Nome. Marrow was like
Totally. Well, she knew where the nutrients were.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My
I
mom
know
was
what
like
the
a
nutrients are too.
That's right. You're not gonna fall for that scam and not eating inside the bone.
Yeah, she's like a Wolverine. Dear God. So obviously, I'm still nursing my Jasmine Crockett wounds, as you can imagine. You retweeted Daniel, who said, "White woman, Jasmine Crockett's so great. She's who we need to beat Donald Trump. But I'm going to vote for James Tallarico because it's Texas and only a white man can win." And he said, "Y'all, this is why black people don't trust us. Do y'all not see if we all walked away from the white men, they would never win anything again?" Can I just say, if black people decide to not vote, America's cooked. I mean,
I know, you know what? I don't think that that's something you have to worry about. I think that as much as we may talk a game on that, I do not think you're going to see large numbers of black people just refuse to vote.
Yeah.
It just too.
Well, that would be the
directly impacts
Republican
us.
wet dream, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just impacts us too immediately and deeply, and we're just a population who has dealt with that reality of white vote
Yeah.
our entire lives, our entire history here, that when given the opportunity, and you can blame it on other white people, right? You can sit in your world and say, I would have voted for her, but I knew other people wouldn't. But I think everybody's sitting in their house thinking that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we
you
talked
know.
about this last week, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that we played that white woman that was crying, and I really wanted to vote for Crockett, and but as we all said, we don't live in Texas, and obviously
No.
growing up surrounded by that bigotry, that's I mean, that's what I kept saying is I don't think Democratic voters there are bigoted. I think they're afraid too many other people in Texas are in the general, right?
But if I make decisions continuously about what I think other people are
Yes.
thinking, I will never be servicing myself,
Mm-hmm.
my community, my culture, none of those things. Also, you don't have to worry about black people not voting
Yes.
because what we saw in Texas was a bunch of black people be disenfranchised from their
Yes.
votes.
That's what
Because
you have to worry about.
You don't have to worry about us. It's
No.
them who won't let us vote.
Yeah.
No.
Well, this
And-
was a
and that's the
Republican thing about changing the
Yes.
polling locations and blah blah blah. They're trying to create as much chaos and confusion as they can. And yes, did it happen to be in Dallas, which is Jasmine Crockett country? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. And I know I keep harping on this, Francis, but I just really think we got to revisit this discussion of can you run the election you're in?
Yes, Ken Paxton. Yeah.
Can we, I mean, I just want a little bit of,
Clarity.
just someone to tell me that doesn't sound right to them too. I feel
Yeah.
crazy.
Why didn't I run the Radio Hall of Fame nominations? Why wasn't I in charge of that?
Right.
And the winner is
Stephanie Miller.
Oh my God. Okay.
Well, it's like how Trump got, he's the lifetime chair of the Board of Peace.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
He's
and
bored with peace.
that's right.
ain't never-
I
You
see
don't-
what
you-
you
you're
did. I
misinterpreting.
see what you did there. Yes, Ron Filipowski with just to kind of rounding things up for the
All right.
week. The stock market's tanking. Gas prices are spiking. The DHS secretary was fired after lying under oath to Congress. Prices keep going up. Trump refuses to refund the tariffs despite a SCOTUS decision, and we are in another war in the Middle East. This is the winning that we had been promised.
Yes.
How's all y'all enjoying it?
Well,
Please, sir. Please, sir.
may I have another?
May I
May I have another
fail?
war, please?
I'd like to fail again, sir.
I just heard also we bombed Ecuador a couple days ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
did.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Wait, why? Well, this first time, why?
I don't know. I don't know.
I can't see. This is why they got rid of all the black women federal employees first, because we would all be stuck in a Y in the hallway.
Stephanie Miller.
Well, you can do that. It won't get any better. Just be louder. It's still bad. But okay, it's the Stephanie Miller Show with Jody Hamilton, filling in for the vacation and Chris Lavoie. Jody, so you will be your job to guess the quote wrong. Who said Christy Nome made it 14 months, almost exactly as long as cricket?
Keith Olbermann.
No, that was Chris Hayes.
Close though. Keith Olbermann.
Does that seem like 11,000 news cycles ago that Christy Nome got fired?
I know.
Let's think of happy thoughts for a minute.
She'd like to think she quit. There in the gravel pit. Out the window.
Bye-bye.
All of her lies. All her disguises. She shot that poor young mutt. We paid to reconstruct her face. Trump said that Christy Nome would make us safe at home. That's a lie. She is nothing but showbiz. Out the door, no resigns, no resigns, no resigns.
Man, Rocky Mountain Mike on it. Okay. Oh, by the way, and that's become another big bag of rats. Fight, fight, fight. She's throwing the White House under the bus. They're throwing her back under the bus. She said, yeah, they did okay, the ad. Blah, blah, blah. Fight, 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 fight. Oh, God, so awful. So awful. Also, the only thing currently keeping me sane is on Instagram, Christy Nome is a bird-legged hoe. I sent it to Frangela, and they said they watched it possibly 25 times. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. It's the new rap.
Bird-legged hoe. Christy Nome is an unemployed bird-legged hoe. Christy Nome is an unemployed bird-legged hoe. Christy Nome is an unemployed bird-legged hoe. That hoe off she goes.
Thank you. And I know we're not supposed to like AI, but the AI of her, in fact, as a bird-legged hoe is quite hilarious.
It was a little funny.
Yeah.
It made me laugh a little
Quite
bit.
hilarious. Okay. Karen in Chicago. Hello, Karen.
Hi, good morning. Okay, Bella, this is what you need to do for your gallbladder, okay? Get Stephanie to make one phone call to Gloria Allred and take her in with you.
There you go.
Oh, yes. Gloria Allred got in the back of my ambulance when I fell off the sexy liberal stage in Philadelphia. And you get such good service when Gloria Allred pops out of the back of your ambulance.
Yeah,
I highly recommend it. They were just toot sweet did I get some service. All right. Rude Pundit, next.
likely the United States that carried out this attack on this school. I think it's unforgivable under any circumstances, but the fact that this was one of our first targeting decisions, that this mistake was made on the first day of war, I think speaks to the incompetence of our leadership at the Department of Defense. There's also some reporting in the last 48 hours that we hit a desalinization plant.
Also, some evidence, Jody, that it was a double tap strike in which we also killed their parents, rushing to try to save the little girls in this school. Okay. Jody, who said to Kristi Noem, turns out lawlessness is not a winning strategy. See you at Nuremberg 2.0.
Chicken Little.
No, that was Senator Ron Wyden, because as we mentioned, Kristi Noem is
Kristi Noem is an unemployed bird-legged hoe. Kristi Noem is an unemployed bird-legged hoe. Kristi Noem is an unemployed.
All right. I'm just telling you, it'll get you through this. Go watch Kristi Noem.
You're on Steph's show. You're not on Twitter. That's out and let Freddie remember. Hey, Ruth, let him joke about farts. Then you can start to make it better.
Hi, Rude. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
I feel like we started our relationship talking about illegal wars and
That's what I told Bella. She could just replay all of my conversations with you and Charlie Pierce and every other regular from however many years ago and just edit in Iran. And then we can all go home, Bella. You can go to the ER.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm eating 2-day-old sushi just so that I can end up going to the ER with Bella later. That's how much I love my radio daughter. Yeah.
That's
That's
safe. Yeah. We can carpool.
Pump your stomach on one side. And
Rude, your piece, sorry, there's a lot, so I didn't get through your whole piece. But can I just say how weirdly nostalgic this is already? Living in and paying for Trump's fake world. This week we got word the Justice Department is finding it impossible to move forward on the auto pen case against former President Joe Biden because Trump thinks Biden didn't use the auto pen correctly, which is, we can all agree now, is one of the most egregious things, that's ever happened during any presidency ever, because certainly nothing's happening now that might.
No. And it should be mocked all the time. Like hang a picture of an auto pen in place of his photo on the wall of presidents.
Rude, for those of us like you and me that lived through 9/11, living in New York City.
I wasn't living in New York City.
Oh, okay. They quoted a senior Department of Homeland Security official saying the FBI, Homeland Security, National Counterterrorism Center were preparing to put out a joint intelligence statement on Friday to state and local authorities, alerting them of a heightened threat due to the ongoing war in Iran. A top White House Trump officials ordered it placed on hold. I mean, at this point, I don't know how much more actively he could be rooting for an attack on American soil to justify, you name it. Martial law, canceling midterms, right? I mean, what U.S. president can you ever imagine when asked about people being afraid of attack here going, I guess so, stuff happens in war.
It's war. It's war. I think I'll get some extra cheese on my omelet at the omelet bar this morning.
Is everything he says at this point just some version of you? Are you worried about gas prices? No, I'm not. Yeah, of course you're not worried about gas prices. He's like, no, not really. It's worth it. I'm like, worth it to who?
It's funny. I used to say when people would ask me, do I think Trump is a worse president than George W. Bush?
Yeah.
I would hold off and say, well, until he starts an illegal war that based on lies that kills hundreds of thousands of people, it's hard to really put him above Bush. But now here we are.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You are officially worse than George W.
I was saying Friday, Rude, it's like every disaster we've ever had, all combined, times 11 billion, right? It's COVID, but worse. Now throw in measles and polio. It's the Iraq war, but even worse because it's spreading across the entire Middle East. Around. I mean, and I don't know who thought this was going to be a good idea. A country of how many million are we talking about?
90 million people.
95 million people. Yeah.
Yeah. if Hurricane Katrina happened, I bet he would just claim it didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, nothing happened down there. Nothing happened. That's fake news. Fake news that New Orleans got flooded out of existence.
I mean, and there's, stuff all over social media that it just confirms. I mentioned this last week to a friend who's like, well, I don't really pay attention, but isn't that, he was a bad guy, right? That we killed in Iran. I'm like, I hate to say it's because people are just so horribly uninformed. They just don't. I'm like, yes, he was a bad guy, but do you understand what we've done now? Like, now there's a worse guy in charge, which everybody predicted. Go ahead. Sorry.
Or do you understand that there are bad guys everywhere, and that if that's the justification for war, then we will never not be at war?
Yeah.
And it's ludicrous. Yeah. The attention span of the American public is certainly something that is contributing to this. Although it is encouraging that a large majority opposes this. And now that they're open, that Carolyn Levitt openly said, no, a draft is not off the table.
Right. Yeah, it could be a draft. I mean, I'm like, huh? Like, Mike Nellis, our friend, said it should be a much bigger story that oil prices surged because of Trump's illegal war in Iran, forcing the White House to ease sanctions on Russian oil, only for Russia to take that money and help Iran target American troops. I mean, this is a cluster of not even just epic international global implications that I think are hard for us even this morning to estimate.
Did you hear this morning? He said that people that have oil cargo ships going through the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh, they should just wing it, just go. Don't be.
You should have the guts. You should have the guts to just go. And again, did he say that from the golf course? I mean, like isn't this the guy that said that SDIs were his personal Vietnam?
Oh God, I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before this latest disgrace this weekend with the bodies of the soldiers, I'm like, I don't understand, Rude, how any veteran ever could have voted for him. It's not just one. First of all, he's a draft dodging coward, liar. Right? Start with that, and then all of the disrespect of troops that you and I could both name all morning before this latest thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you die, you're just trying to make Trump look bad.
Yes.
If you're a troop that gets killed, what are you doing? You have betrayed the MAGA cause here.
He's just, besides just that, he's like, first of all, every time there's a Sir story, it's not true. He's like, all the parents of the fallen said, Sir, don't win this for my boy. I'm like,
I'm sorry.
And then he's like, what was the other thing he said? Oh, well, they came home a little bit different than they thought they were going to. I'm like, you are such an unbelievable sociopathic, demented psycho.
Yeah. They came home in pieces. They thought they'd just be one piece and maybe still breathing. But, we can't always have that. As the song I Love always says, you can't always get what you want.
Stop. We have to wake up to headlines like this, Rude. Trump says soldiers maimed by Iran are walking around without legs. Okay.
What?
Do we have to have the stupid on top of all of our fascism?
Is that real? Come on, is that real? That one can't.
Is this not a headline this morning, Jody?
That is a headline.
White House correspondent Peter Doocy, who's the doocyest of all the doocies if you're doocying, tried to ask Trump about a report that Russia giving Iran intelligence about the U.S. military. Trump said, I have a lot of respect for you. You've always been very nice to me. What a stupid question that is to be asking at this time. We're talking about something else. Later, President called on Doocy a second time. Peter, I'll give you one more chance because that was a bad question you asked before. Doocy said,
that's because it's the early days of a war, and he was having some kind of event about college sports.
Yes,
thank you. And what he wanted was that they all ask him questions about college sports.
Oh my God! In the middle of World War III. So he said, so Doocy said, what's motivating you to do this right now? Because there's a lot of other stuff going on in the world. And Trump said, in Iran, we're doing very well. Somebody said, would you score it 0 to 10? I said, I'd give it a 12 to 15. What? We are in the delusional smelling strawberries, whatever your analogy is to some crazy person in a movie. Okay, he said, blah, blah, blah. Where was I? Okay, their army's gone. No. Narrator, their army is not gone. Look, their navy's gone. No. Their communications are gone. The leaders are gone. He then appeared to pivot to the Iraq War, where many American soldiers were wounded by roadside bombs. And he said, walking around without legs, without arms, faces blasted.
Oh, my God.
First of all, it's like violence porn. Always. Like he's... Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, he totally gets off on that. He totally gets off on
But they're walking around without legs is the important part.
Yeah. But, you know, that's the thing is... I said, and only half joking, that I thought one reason he started the war was because he thought, I can start a war. I wonder what it would be like to start a war.
Because he can.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of attention. Boom, boom. Things go boom, boom on Fox News.
Ooh, what would it be like? You know, that's a toy I didn't play with yet.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, he's a madman. This is the 8th place he's bombed. I mean, who's going to stop this mother? I mean, seriously.
Well, he said a month ago that there's nothing that can stop him. That he doesn't care about international law. The only thing that can stop him is his own mind and his own morality.
I mean, the lies that Iran blew up their own schoolgirls. And then this, Donald Trump is saying that Iran has reached out to make a deal. He said, they're calling, they're saying, how do we make a deal? I said, you're being a little bit late and we want to fight now more than they do. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister told NBC News the country was not asking for a ceasefire. It had never sent any messages to them. I mean, it is just a solid wall of lies on everything. Right?
Well,
and we're going to find out there's a lot more casualties. We are going to find out.
Oh, yeah. We're going to find that out. And we're going to find out that how much we've harmed the people that we were supposedly there to help. You know, all those people that were supposed to rush out into the streets while it's raining oil and fire. You know, they were supposed to have an uprising, and they're upset that they haven't had an uprising yet because, you know, how could they not? We did them this favor.
Right. Yeah.
It's you know, it's so absurd. It makes you pine for the days of the color chart warning us about terrorism. At least, again, like I said last week, at least the Bush administration cared enough to make it to pretend there was a case to be made. Mm-hmm. You know,
and we never even understood that. We're like, yellow. What does yellow mean? Bring an extra juice box? I don't know what.
Yellow was piss yourself.
Oh, so yes, it's time to piss yourself. No poo.
Yes,
that'll be brown. When we're in brown, you'll know it's really bad.
We're in brown. We're in red where there's blood in the pee. So there's
Bella, I apologize. She's already thinking about medical stuff later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're
about
really
right.
blood in the pee. Okay. I mean, this is all over. Sunfair said European news is reporting more than 1,000 U.S. soldiers dead. American media is lying to us as usual. Dorothy said a friend of mine in Paris right now says over in Europe they're reporting over 1,000 U.S. soldiers dead. They say we're being lied to about it. Again, I don't know that, but none of us do because we don't know to what extent they're lying or if that number's accurate or not.
No. Barry Weiss won't allow that on CBS and soon CNN. And, you know, who knows? I mean, at least the New York Times and others are doing reporting on the girls' school that was bombed.
Yeah.
And, you know, like Jody said earlier, showing that it was a missile that only the U.S. has. Mm-hmm. The horrors that are going to come out are going to be incredible, and we will be told that it doesn't matter. The dehumanization of the people over there, again, it is Iraq taken to the nth degree when it comes to that.
Yeah. And this one, just as we mentioned 9/11, Sean said, I don't think it would be over dramatic to say I haven't felt this unsafe on American soil since right after 9/11. I mean, it's like you say, every day, it's just these news cycles. I don't know if I'm getting the most PTSD I've ever had, and I thought it was bad before, just from news alerts on my phone. I mean, like just psychically, I don't know how long this is going to take for all of us to heal as a country, as a world, from this daily trauma and chaos.
And that's the thing is we already were dealing with a trauma from COVID that we didn't actually handle.
Yeah.
And
he
deal
didn't
with
handle
as a trauma.
Yeah.
And you know, and you know, at least the cluster F that was COVID happened at the end of his term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the
Yeah.
beginning.
We're just
this
starting.
is still the beginning of his term.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I'll just real quick. I had a conversation with my sister where she said, "Well, I see some Republicans are starting to turn against him," and I said, "No, a couple of votes not in favor of things of his. That's nothing." I said the only way to do anything is for Republicans, especially in the House where it can be done, to start caucusing with Democrats and to change the agenda and be able to have hearings, to be able to open up the Epstein files and have a genuine hearing about whether or not he's proving that he's a pedophile, and to have hearings on this. That's the only thing that can stop him at this point, and we can't wait until January of next year.
No. Republicans own this war. They own this economy. Kerry said DOJ released the Katie Johnson file. Arrest him. She was a child. Sadie said, "Can a hacker please just drop all the Epstein files at once? We can't afford another war every time a new batch comes out." I mean, I again, read it. Read what the president, quote unquote, of the United States is very credibly accused of.
And read what the Post-Courier in South Carolina wrote that actually backs up a lot of pieces of the story.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
that's why they were able to use it. It's not just allegations, Rude. It's evidence. It's sworn testimony. They used it to convict, Epstein and Maxwell. It's just it's.
And again, if she went into the FBI and lied. And remember, she did this as an adult. If she went into the FBI and openly lied, she would be arrested.
Yeah.
That is that's against the law.
Yeah.
So that the FBI interviewed her multiple times proves that they found it credible.
Yeah. Here's the good thing is this time in our history, you cannot really be rude enough. You have the man meet moment. The man has met the moment that you were made for in our history.
Well, thank you, and give Tim Matheson a big old hug for me.
I would like to.
I used to occasionally
slip him some tongue.
I used to occasionally communicate with him at the bad place.
Really?
Just a little, a couple of tweets back and forth.
Who didn't want to be Mrs. Otter from Animal House?
I know.
A little bit louder now. Okay, we love you. Bye, honey.
Bye.
51 minutes after the hour. This representative of the great state of New Hampshire joins us now. Stephanie Shaheen. That name is so familiar. Daughter of the Senator Jean Shaheen. Hey, Steph.
Hey, Steph, it's nice to be with you.
Well, listen, let me just tell you, our party in America is big enough for both Stephanies, spelled the right way, Stephanie, and spelled the wrong way, Stefany.
Yes.
Wrong way. Wrong. I met your sister at a party. She's just as beautiful as you. And I was like, wow. Oh, she's straight in there with her husband. But so we had you on the phone, on Zoom.
Yep.
You were out here for fundraising and all of that. But I just Steph read a thread about polio being back. And I know you've got stories about ICE activity in your state, but just talk about your path because it's kind of fascinating and it relates to medical stuff.
Sure. Well, I know the news about polio is especially distressing to me because my grandfather almost died from polio as a kid. And I can vividly remember as a little kid myself watching him take his leg braces off at the end of a workday at night. He worked till he died. And I, every day at the end of his workday, pick me up from kindergarten and bring me back to his apartment. And I remember, he'd then leave me with my grandmother, go back out, and I'd remember him taking off those leg braces. And the story that I've since learned is that he actually tried to enlist in the Marines during World War II, and they wouldn't take him because his legs had been so badly ravaged by the polio. And he ultimately ended up working at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, which is in our district, as a welder to contribute to the war effort. So the idea that we've got RFK Jr. telling people that polio vaccines are optional is just, to me, it's unconscionable.
Isn't it just maddening when people go, I haven't even heard of these diseases. Right, you haven't heard of them.
There's a reason.
Right, because we've eradicated them. Right. Now measles cases are on the rise, higher than they've been in over 30 years. And I think, as mom of a kid with a chronic disease, I'd give anything to have a vaccine to have prevented. To think about kids getting sick with diseases we know how to prevent is just, it's wrong.
Everybody's motivated by something in politics. I know you are described as being a passionate advocate for groundbreaking medical research, a successful entrepreneur, business leader, a mother of 4 children. Eldest daughter was 8 years old when she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. We talked about this, I know, last time, but she nearly lost her life. This, combined with the relentless demands of the dreadful disease, moved you to the work of your life, helping your daughter and millions of others living with chronic disease. So 15 years you've been doing this advocacy, helped advocate treatments, research for these chronic diseases. You're part of a biotech initiative. I am so above my pay grade.
I know, right?
I can't believe people like this talk to me. She's in my basement. Based on Manchester's historic mill yard to advance a regenerative medicine, she's working to accelerate the development of regenerative cell therapies for people living with diabetes and other challenging diseases. I hate to keep bringing up bad news. We just talked to Dr. Redlener yesterday on the show about the Lancet article about this will take generations to recover medically and scientifically from Bobby Kennedy alone.
Yes. I mean, the combination.
Hey, the beginning of World War III. What a great time for a fun drive. What do you think? Because, now more than ever, right? Resistance, that's the word of the day. Resistance doesn't always look dramatic, right? Sometimes it's like random acts of kindness, right? But I'm telling you, it is more important than ever. We are not getting the real news from our mainstream media, from certainly this administration. Please keep your network alive. Free Speech TV, this is the last week of our fun drive. Please help us. Call 877-378-8669 or go right to freespeech.org/donate. Representative of the great state of New Hampshire joins us now, Stephanie Shaheen. That name is so familiar. Daughter of the Senator Jean Shaheen. Hey, Steph.
Hey, Steph, it's nice to be with you.
Well, listen, let me just tell you, our party in America is big enough for both Stephanies, spelled the right way, Stephanie, and spelled the wrong way, Stefany.
Yes.
Wrong way. Wrong. I met your sister at a party. She's just as beautiful as you. And I was like, wow. Oh, she's straight in there with her husband. But so we had you on the phone, on Zoom.
Yep.
You were out here for fundraising and all of that. But Steph read a thread about polio being back. And I know you've got stories about ICE activity in your state, but just talk about your path because it's kind of fascinating and it relates to medical stuff.
Sure. Well, I know the news about polio is especially distressing to me because my grandfather almost died from polio as a kid. And I can vividly remember as a little kid myself watching him take his leg braces off at the end of a workday at night. He worked till he died. And I, every day at the end of his workday, pick me up from kindergarten and bring me back to his apartment. And I remember, he'd then leave me with my grandmother, go back out, and I'd remember him taking off those leg braces. And the story that I've since learned is that he actually tried to...
Stephanie Miller.
Jody's twisting. I look like
You're very sharp.
a Swiss Army knife with all the attachments open. I'm going to have some sciatica. Okay. Hey, Seth's Homo of Hope has a good idea. Hi, Seth. Good morning.
Good morning, Solo Homo and Jody on the show, and Bella with a bad gallbladder. Bella, with a Z, I will go with you. I'll be your Homo of Horror grandfather at the ER.
Please.
I will. So, no, my husband. That happened to my husband. Believe me. Okay, so here's my idea. Can you, as a public service to all of us, at the top of the hour when you have your theme song, before you go into the clip you show, can you play Carol Burnett? It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I think
it's a nightmare. This is a nightmare.
We play the hits here at the Stephanie Miller Show. You're welcome, Seth.
Yes, it has to be that way. Okay. So also, do you remember the old constipation commercial about prunes? Is 3 enough? Is 6 too many? I feel like that's how they're talking about this war. Oh, maybe it'll be 3 days. Maybe it'll be 6 weeks. Maybe it'll be 5 months. Like,
Oh, God. All right. Could be worse. Could be raining.
Could be.
Ay, ay, ay. All right. Lots more show. Tim Matheson coming up.
It's the Stephanie Miller Show.
I mean, the American people don't want this war. They don't want this war. They have seen what happens when American troops go into places like Iraq, places like Afghanistan. Ultimately, we get a lot of people killed. We waste a lot of dollars. The one thing the American people are clear about is that they do not want the United States dragged into another long-term war in the Middle East. If you support the troops, then you should be voting against funding this war so that we get our troops out of harm's way.
Yep.
Virtually nothing good happened from sending thousands of Americans to die inside Iraq in the 2000s. And if we don't learn that lesson, then shame on every single one of us.
Yep. Senator Chris Murphy. Jody, who said this is a nightmare? This is a nightmare. And also Stephanie Miller is 44.
My mom.
Yes, Carol Burnett, America's sweetheart.
It's a nightmare. This is a nightmare.
I knew that was an easy one.
Timothy said the USA lost just over 7,000 troops in the 20 years of fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan. In 6 days of fighting with Iran, the government says only 6 have died, but unconfirmed reports say it may be as many as 1,000. That's what overseas outlets are
It wouldn't
reporting.
surprise me.
That would be like World War II level casualties. If that's true, how do they possibly think they can spin this? Look at the Epstein stuff. It will come out. It will all come out eventually. The UAW has just officially refused the United States permission to use its airspace, territory, or waters for strikes against Iran. Kaylee says, imagine demanding unconditional surrender while claiming you're not at war. This whole thing just makes no sense, Jody, at all. We have, hang on, lots of waves of love rolling in for the baby Bella, who's playing hurt today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathleen in New York. Hello, Kath.
Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, first time, long time. So
Okay.
I'm calling to express solidarity with Bella
Thank you.
for her experience being compelled to take a pregnancy test at the doctor's
Oh my
office.
God, yeah.
Yeah, so I am.
She should just go, do you know who's president? Of course I'm not pregnant.
No kidding.
Who's bringing anyone into this world?
Exactly. So I'm a Gold Star lesbian stuff, and for all of my so-called reproductive years, when I was never trying to have a baby, I was almost always compelled to take a pregnancy test at the doctor's office.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just do it because you want to see the doctor, right? You just do what you're told, but it's
You're like,
infuriating.
well, I could be pregnant, but that'll only be the second time in history that happened. Immaculate conception.
It is absurd. It's like you can't. They won't let you do anything. They will not do anything until they give you a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
They might even give me one since I'm only
44.
correct.
So my question is, say you are pregnant,
Yeah.
are they going to deny care?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's then what? Then what? Okay, I'm pregnant. Then what? What
Yeah.
if it's not?
You have no
that,
choice. Now you have to
know?
keep the baby and your gallbladder.
Yeah, especially because it's been abdominal pain. It's
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, we got to see if you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Maybe you're giving birth right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I would know.
Did they say what kind of whore lives with six men? Did they? I mean, there's got to be a good shit. Just
Her
from the
name is
toilet
Snow,
seat, you're probably
after
pregnant.
all. I mean, we do call her Snow.
All right, listen, Bella, there's a lot of, we have the largest listenership of people with just unsolicited medical advice. Christopher in Minneapolis says, Steph, can you please pass this to Bella? I've been a surgical nurse since 2005. Please, please, please tell Bella to clean her belly button on the morning of the surgery. I'm not sure why
I
they would
would
think
assume
Bella
they
has
will.
a filthy belly button.
I
Look
would
at her. She's a
assume.
little Disney princess. Her belly button is perfect like the rest of her.
Thank you.
I've pulled some nasty stuff out of people's belly buttons. Ooh. Yeah. I'm shocked by the number of people that never clean their belly button. Okay. All right. We'll cross that.
I would
bridge when
assume
we
they
get
will
to
make
it.
the area sterile.
Yeah, if
so-
I'm not mistaken, they do some stuff in there during this surgery, which is why.
Oh, it comes through you.
It's a little gross to think about. Yeah.
Blah,
Yeah.
Blah.
I get squeamish cleaning my belly button. I am like, like
Corn? When did I eat corn? Sand. How'd I get sand in there? What'd I do?
When was I at the beach?
Pardon me. Okay. Oh, anyway, can I just say, because we're all really getting through this existential hellscape the best that we possibly can, thank you to everybody. Poor Chris broke his hand. He's on a very well-deserved vacation. Bella is really not feeling well, needs her gallbladder out.
Yeah.
Jody and Lonnie are just always the most helpful, amazing people to support this show, and I just wanted to, I'm gonna burst into tears. I'm just very grateful.
There's no crying in radio. Oh,
Yes,
wait,
there is. Yes, there is. Now there
is.
I am very grateful. You understand what the efforts that going into getting this on the air today for everybody that's here. So, and me, just because I'm psychologically damaged, and this, you know what? Do you have? By the way, so when I was driving, my bike ride started in Long Beach, a lot of traffic. Do you ever you fixate on the signs? And if you seen the one that says "Who hurt you?" call 1-8 whatever.
Yes.
Who
Yes.
hurt you?
Yes.
And I'm like, how much time do you have? I don't think I could sue him for damages, but I just want to talk. Who hurt me? How long do you have? This is okay. And then there's another one. Have you seen the one that says half the time desk to dinner table, move to Oklahoma?
What?
Because you're sitting there thinking, this commute's so long. Half the time, desk to dinner table, move to Oklahoma. I'm like, yeah, but then I live in Oklahoma. I'm like, what?
What a
yeah, I got
strange-
home fast, but I'm home in Oklahoma.
ad.
Why would I want to do that?
That is so strange.
Isn't it the weirdest sign?
Very obscure.
Yeah.
Was it Billboard that you rode past?
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, you wouldn't live longer in Oklahoma. It would just seem like it. No offense, Okies, but Jesus. Like, wow, no commute. I'm home in 5 minutes. Now what do I do? I live in Oklahoma. What have I done? This is a nightmare.
This is a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. This is a nightmare.
I apologize, Okies. It's just the red states got us into this.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it anymore. It's just existential nightmare of epic proportions. Thanks, MAGA. Okay, I need a love letter from me. I'm sorry. Peter in Saratoga Springs, New York says, peace and love to all of you, and thank you. You're all I have left. By the way, due to work, the podcast is absolutely tremendous. No commercials, and for some reason, Stephanie becomes more beautiful day after day.
Wow.
And Bella slaves her fingers to the bone to give you that commercial-free
Get the
Stephcast.
Stephcast. It's real convenient.
We have fantastic new designs, including the Blue Tsunami T-shirt. We've got the liberal snowflake T-shirts. We've got Who Runs the World Girls. Fantastic. StephanieMiller.com, where all the wonders of the world reside. Okay. Kat says reports are that Iranians are destroying the bases. We went into trillions of dollars of national debt to build. Decades of military buildup up in smoke. Incompetence of leadership is the downfall of fascism. There is a reason Italians hung Mussolini by his boots at the end. One story about Italians under fascism that broke my heart is that Mussolini sent troops into the snowy Alps with cardboard shoes. Thousands of soldiers died of frostbite. Trump is the author of our downfall. Jody, I'm not joking. I'm seriously scared. I don't know where this ends. This is. Someone was saying he won't be mentioned in the history books next to Hitler. He is a madman.
Absolutely.
Jojo from Jers, our beloved, said, by the way, she will join us Friday.
Because Francis and Angela cannot be
Yes,
here.
Frangela will not be here. Jojo from Jers. America, thank you for your service. She said if there were credible allegations against a Democratic president that he had punched a 13-year-old girl in the face after she bit his penis while he was raping her, Fox News would be running that on a 24/7 loop and calling it for his arrest, execution, let alone his impeachment. I mean, I get it. Starting World War III is a pretty neat trick to distract from child rape, but oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anybody seriously thinks the timing of this is not deliberate, this whole Iran fiasco, right? Jen says Trump rolled out the red carpet for the guy giving up American soldiers' locations. Are we great yet? Right? Trump and Hegseth underestimated Iran, and now U.S. military bases abroad are being destroyed, and the intelligence that Trump shared with Russia at Mar-a-Lago is now being shared with Iran. Our president is a joke. Yes, and a Russian asset. How many times can we say it, Jody? How many times? Yay! One last one. Carly said, remember when Trump said he'd end the war in Ukraine on day 1 because he and Putin had a very good relationship? It's day 409, and Russia is providing intel to target U.S. forces. But sure, let's letting him talk and pretending we're believing what he's saying. Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. Here we go. Oh, yes, come on. Sorry.
President Trump also said this week he would like to protect some of the people who he would like to come to power in Iran. Is that a new mission for your department?
No.
How would you protect people that are inside the country that he might think could rise to the level of leadership there?
Well, the best way to protect them is what we're doing right now. What you see right now between American efforts and Israeli efforts is a generational opportunity for the people of Iran.
It is, you are just going to get pure propaganda from this administration. Brown Reporter official said a U.S. official confirmed that Iran has destroyed a crucial $300 million radar system. The system was vital for directing U.S. missile defense batteries in the Gulf, significantly impacting their ability to intercept incoming drones and missiles. The radar used by U.S. THAAD missile defense system was located at the airbase in Jordan. I'm telling you, we are just not getting, except for overseas and independent journalists, we're not getting the, Okay. Lee says, I don't think I'll ever get over the rage. I feel that we traded relative prosperity, security, scientific advancement, the possibility of upward mobility, and a somewhat functional democracy for the protection of a 4-time bankrupt felon child rapist who should never have been allowed near the White House, even to visit incandescent, unending rage. That's a good way to put it. Bella, can you ask the doctors while you're there?
Yeah.
How good that is for all of us? Just that it's like it's like a glowing rage, just incandescent,
it's
nuclear
an LED
level
rage.
of rage on a daily basis.
It's LED.
Yeah.
Yeah. LED rage. Yes. Is that good for us?
I think so.
Yeah.
Healthy.
I bet it is.
Low cortisol.
Look at Bella playing hurt, and what a complete and total delight she remains.
I'm crying.
While playing more Pete Hegseth sound bites as well.
Have you made any conclusions about whether or not the United States, inadvertently or not, was involved in any military strike at that school?
Well, we're still investigating, and that's where I'll leave it today. But what I will emphasize to you and to the world is that unlike our adversaries, the Iranians, we never target civilians.
There was a report late in the week from 2 officials that it was likely U.S. involvement. Is that report false?
I've already said we're investigating.
If you could tell the American public it definitively was not us, you would tell us, wouldn't you?
I would say that it's being investigated, which is the only answer I'm prepared to give.
We, you, I, wa. Right.
You could do so.
Yeah. Okay. And Trump, right next to him, already said it was Iran.
Yeah.
Just like, seriously, who believes that for 1 second? Okay. And one more. Pete Kegbreath.
The president's been right to say there will be casualties. Things like this don't happen without casualties. Happens. There will be more casualties. And no one is, especially our generation, knows what it's like to see Americans come home in caskets. But that doesn't weaken us one bit. It stiffens our spine and our resolve.
Oh, does it?
To say this is a fight we will finish.
Oh, is that what you tell the parents of the fallen? Really? Yeah. Okay. And then one more, just cut 4 before we do the, okay.
This is war. This is conflict. This is bringing your enemy to their knees.
Oh, is it?
Now, whether they will have a ceremony in Tehran Square and surrender, that's up to them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely.
Say it again. Okay. All right. Are we through? Poor Bella, not only not feeling well, had to get those sound bites because Chris is on vacation.
Oh my gosh,
so,
yeah.
Oh, and she had to get Caroline Leavitt's, which is her favorite. So we'll get to that bowl in just a little bit. And then we can have a nice thing. We can have a real vice president. We can have Tim Matheson of the West Wing. And also Animal House. Although he's president of Animal House, wasn't he?
He was.
And only
President
vice president in the West Wing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, 20... I'm going to live in a delusional, fictional world forever. 20 minutes after the hour, this poor Glenn Kirshner joins us now. Good morning, Glenn.
Your lighting is
morning,
great today.
Steph. Good morning.
Glenn, again, I know it feels like stuff we've seen before, but, I guess the DOJ officially now released some of these Epstein files that they were clearly hiding or, redacting because Trump is implicated in them. But, I mean, I thought it was just me. All over threads, someone posted, I made a mistake of reading the files that are coming out. I hope he burns in hell. That's all. Kay says, holy crap, the latest released Epstein files are horrific. This man should be in prison, not in the White House. And here's the legal point I want to ask you. Gina says, so the quote-unquote missing files drop. These interviews were conducted to build a case against Jeffrey Epstein and used to convict Ghislaine Maxwell. So they are credible. They describe in full detail what Trump did to a 14-year-old child. Read them. If you still support him, I don't want to know you. Can you explain that if someone's interviewed 4 times and they are used credibly in a case to convict someone, this is not some salacious allegation, right?
Yeah, we don't interview incredible witnesses 4 times. It would be a waste of, time and resources. So when you say used in the Ghislaine Maxwell case or the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, I'm not sure whether there were any charges related to this particular victim that were part of those cases. But, it's obvious that the FBI took these allegations seriously, and it sounds like they were investigating them with a view toward charging whomever, and for whatever reason, that all kind of fell apart. But listen, Operation Epstein Fury has failed to distract. I mean, I don't see the drumbeat slowing down any, and I know the survivors are not slowing down or getting any quieter. So I think, I think it's going to continue to come out. I think it's all going to end up with a lawsuit that sees a judge ordering that all of the Epstein files go to an independent special master so we can actually get the transparency that the law requires.
Yeah. And Glenn, we feel like we have to preface everything on this show with, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but asked whether Americans should be worried about retaliatory attacks at home, Trump acknowledges, it says, the possibility. I guess, but I think they're worried about that all the time. We think about it all the time. We plan for it, but yeah, we expect some things. Like I said, some people will die when you go to war. Some people will.
Yeah.
I mean, they're, first of all sociopaths, but secondly, is he actively rooting for, an attack on the homeland? He certainly gutted, all of the people that would protect us from that in order to what? I mean, and what happens, Glenn? Can he then declare martial law and cancel the elections?
I mean, the answer is no. He can't do things lawfully or constitutionally, but of course, Steph, we know that doesn't stop him. Yeah. But I think we should take some comfort in the fact that we have been a nation at war many, many, many times over the centuries, and elections have proceeded apace, even dating back to the Civil War. He can't. I do not believe, I put very little faith in this Supreme Court, even though they gave us the tariffs ruling. He can't possibly postpone or cancel elections. I think even this Supreme Court would probably rule 9-2-0. No sport. The elections go forward.
Okay. I was thinking it might be a better interview with you every week where I just ask you, is there anything they've done that's legal this week? Because otherwise it's just I need
short
to keep you...
conversation. Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of tariffs, so 24 blue states now have sued Trump over global tariffs. Some 24 states, Democratic attorneys generals and governors argue Trump is overstepping his power with the planned 15% tariffs on much of the world. A judge just ordered Trump to start refunding the $130 billion in tariffs. The problem is always in the doing, isn't it? Like he's done all his life, delay. He knows this will take years. So I guess people would say, what's the point of the law? Because he knows he's not going to have to pay up.
You're right. The problem is in the enforcement, right? How many times have we now read scorched earth rulings from federal judges about how many dozens or hundreds of times the Trump administration has violated court orders? At some point, you're just crying wolf because you need to hold these people in contempt.
Stephanie Miller.
You can't touch this.
They can.
Sound the bell. School is in. Sucker.
Yeah, school's in. Here we go. 20.
So
poor
it's so
Bella.
current. So current.
It's all the rap that all the kids are doing.
Yes.
Well, that and Christy Nome is a bird-legged hoe.
Well, yeah, she is.
I'm just telling you.
That hoe off, she goes.
That's just the end of it.
She is, in fact, I know it's AI, but she's, in fact, a bird-legged hoe.
It was a little funny.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Frangela wrote back and said, we've watched this like 25 times. And I said, well, is Christy Nome, in fact, not a bird-legged hoe? The prosecution rests, Your Honor. And Angela said, guilty.
Well, St. Street Justice would agree with you on that.
Yeah. Okay. Stacy says, hearing a lot of, we won't actually do a land invasion of Iran because that'd be stupid and a lot of people would die, from people who are apparently unfamiliar with who Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we please, everybody that said we were overreacting in 2016, can everyone please kindly off?
Thank you.
Yeah. And then when you get to the top of Off Mountain, just continue to off into eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And don't forget to write from Offville. I'm so bitter. Okay. Tony in Arkansas. Hello, Tony.
Hello, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Go ahead.
Hey, I just listened to a interview with Marie Bartoloma and
we've got it.
Lindsey Graham.
Yes. How about that?
He was actually angry.
Yeah.
He said, "Blow the hell out of these people. Are they going to nuke them?"
He said it out loud, Tony. He said, we're going to, realign the whole Middle East and make a ton of money. We're saying we're blowing up little schoolgirls. It's saying out loud it's so we can make money. Could we have any worse reputation in the world? Here's some of that.
Are you telling us you want the United Arab Emirates and the Saudis to lash out and strike Iran right now?
I want them to get in the fight. We sell them weapons. Iran is striking their country. They have good capability. About the Strait of Hormuz, what if the regime fell? Then you never had anybody in Iran in the future that wants to close the strait. What if you had Iran with people who don't want to build a nuclear weapon to kill us all? What if you had Iran in the future that doesn't support Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis? That's where we're headed. Donald J. Trump is going to bring this terrorist regime down. We're going to have partners in Iran, and we're going to open up a gateway to peace.
Oh, is this what this is? This war bombing
war is peace.
Little schoolgirls and committing one war crime a day is, that's the, what did he say? Pathway to peace? That's the pathway to peace. Yeah, war, obviously the pathway to peace.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. We're going to be back here on Earth One in a minute. Tim Matheson coming up, Cliff Schechter, our alpha liberal, all coming up on the Stephanie Miller Show.
Is there any scenario where you would support sending U.S. forces to be on the ground in Iran, Leader Jeffries?
No, and in fact, candidate Trump suggested that under no circumstances should American servicemen and women be put into harm's way in this particular type of situation, particularly as it relates to another endless war in the Middle East. And we are deeply saddened right now by the loss of 6 brave and heroic servicemen and women who have already lost their lives, and will continue to pray for their families and their loved ones. But the American people deserve answers from the administration as to how we're going to actually move forward in a way that makes America safer, not more vulnerable.
Agreed. Jody, the headline that made me lose my shizzle this weekend, Hakeem Jeffries won't commit to blocking additional Iran war funding. That's bad. Read the room, check the polls. Yeah. Please call your representatives.
Absolutely.
No more, not a penny of funding for this.
202-224-3121 is the
Thank you.
number.
Thank you. Do not call 867-5309. Don't do that. Okay. Someone posted, imagine being in the military right now, preparing for a suicide mission against Iran on behalf of Israel, and then seeing the new Epstein files, realizing you're about to die to protect a wealthy child predators. But as you were saying earlier, Jody, the Washington Post headline, ground combat in Iran may be in the works. The Army in recent days abruptly canceled a major training exercise for the headquarters element of an elite paratrooper unit, fueling speculation within the Defense Department that soldiers specializing in ground combat and a range of other missions may be sent to the Middle East as the conflict with Iran widens. The 82nd Airborne at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, near where my family lives, includes a brigade combat team of 4,000 to 5,000 soldiers ready to deploy on 18 hours of notice. And as you said, I don't know, why not? Let's go to the headliner, KKK Caroline Levitt. Here we go.
And with respect to MAGA, President Trump is the leader of MAGA. He's the creator of the MAGA movement. And there is nothing more America first than taking out terrorists who have maimed and killed our own servicemen and women, who chant death to America and who pose a threat to the homeland. And so President Trump is a leader of the peace through strength foreign policy doctrine. He attempted peace through diplomacy exhaustively and extensively with the rogue Iranian regime. And so they have been struck with the strength and the sheer might and will of the United States Armed Forces.
Oh my God, she's such a fembot. Jesus, I mean, seriously. This is Captain Crazy Pants. I don't know. This was one of 37 posts. I don't know what point this was. Was this yesterday? There will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. Oh, I'm sure they'll get right on that. And the selection of a great and acceptable leader. Yeah, they got right on that too. Oh my God. And many of our wonderful and very brave allies and partners. Who? Just Israel? I'm like, what do you mean all our brave allies? Everyone else is like, we're out. Can't use our bases, can't use our, right? We'll work tirelessly to bring Iran back from the brink of destruction. Oh, I see. We're in the middle of destroying it, but we're going to bring it back from the brink. Okay. Making it economically bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Iran will have a great future. Make Iran great again. Mega. He actually said mega. He actually wrote mega. He wrote mega. Gosh. Yeah. Make Iran great again. Because that's what you voted for, right? Remember everybody about making Iran great? Do you have my Bannon music? Does this, you might want to just pat the hairs on the back of your neck and preemptively, Jody. Hegseth declares U.S. is a Christian nation under God.
No.
He said, among other things, whether our nations will be and remain Western nations with distinct characteristics, Christian nations under God. As we reported Friday, they're apparently telling the troops that this is a holy war.
Yeah.
For Can I get a brush? I need my doggy brush to brush down the hairs on the back of my neck. Okay. Thank you. Davis says, thank you very much. Davis says, I encourage folks to start tracking international sources of news. I've been saying this all week, right? Did the week just start?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
but last week.
It was last week.
Yes. I remember.
Because I just watched a video where an international news source spoke about how the battle is actually going, and I have to say that I believe what was stated, and what was stated is that Iran has decimated U.S. military installations in the region, and given the fact that this administration always seeks to amplify itself, the fact that we're getting very little updated information is very suspicious.
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, speaking of international news, Hyde says, ooh, finally, German news, French news, British news, even Al Jazeera mentioned Trump and the latest release of the Epstein files with credible information regarding a 13-year-old child. Oh, is he here? Let it please be him. Let it please be him. Oh, dear God, it's him. Okay. Oh, just calm down. Everybody calm down.
We're lucky we don't have to look at that pretty face.
Everybody calm down. Good morning, Tim Matheson. Hi. How are you?
Good. Stephanie, good morning. How are you?
She's so cute now.
I'm sorry. All of us of the age that wanted to be Mrs. Otter from Animal House are just having a little bit of a moment, Tim.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I adore you. I don't know if you remember, I was on your evening talk show.
Oh, God, yes. 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
Can I just say, too, Martin Sheen, a huge friend of the show as well, we would give anything for you to be the actual president and vice president right now. You would do...
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Such a better job.
I know exactly what we're... Yeah. I just... It's an amazing time, isn't it?
Oh, good Lord. I tell you what. Tim, what's it like being a lifelong dreamboat that all the girls... Jody Hamilton, don't you pretend like you were not so excited.
I know.
I was like, oh my God, Tim Matheson.
Oh, you are too kind. You are too kind. That's very, very sweet of you. Listen, I was a nerd until I did Animal House. It was like all of a sudden, then people, young ladies thought, oh, that's who he really is. And I said, yeah, that's who I am. And so I got away with murder. But I mean, I tapped into a part of myself. Because when I was in high school, I was like 5, 6. And wow. I had, I remember the hottest girl in my class was Janelle Penny. And she said, you're cute. You're funny. I'd go out with you if you were 6 feet tall.
Oh my God, lifelong. And you just immediately grew, obviously, just from that comment. You sprouted.
Yeah.
Can I just say, not to make a weird analogy, but doesn't it seem like Pete Hegseth is always giving a press conference in Animal House, like in the middle of a kegger? Like
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's an Omega. He's like Niedermeyer.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like he only knows one volume level, which is loud as can be. Scream.
Oh God,
it's just hysterical.
Yeah, playing a video game, playing Call of Duty. Tim, Tim. So we're going to get onto your new project, which is so exciting. But it also, in this particular era, having come from The West Wing, which not only, of course, you earned 2 Primetime Emmy nominations. I mean, the writing, the acting on that series, but also just the it's like political porn for all of us now, thinking about, an actual government like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's like, it's hard to, it's like the lunatics have taken over the asylum, it's like, it's just one, it's beyond humor, and you give it a brightness and a perspective that we relish and makes it easier to live by through. But I must say, it's hard to read the paper every day.
Tim, isn't it? Because the whole series was about really service, that the public service, that they were there to really serve and really believed in it. And that just this administration is just completely self-serving from top to bottom. And it has just become a catastrophic nightmare in less than a year, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, and there's the adults have left the room, and there's nobody that keeps it in check this time. I'm afraid, and it's.
I want to stay in my bubble in the past, just cradled in Otter's arms or the Vice President John Hoyne's arms. But let's move on. It is interesting that your show is Virgin River, because there's none of those around you. Let me tell you right now. What? Come on, you know how chicks dig him. Okay, it's the. It's the 7th season of Virgin River. You fill in your own joke here. On Thursday, March 12th, Virgin River. This is a big deal. It's Netflix's most binge series, surpassing Stranger Things, ranked in the top 5 in the globe. It is a massive franchise. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's a story of a small town up in Northern California, where kind of a bunch of people who have gone to recover or reinvent themselves or just recast their lives or recover and learn how to get along and fall in love. And they're sort of multi-generational love stories. And it's kind of, in a world of craziness that we live in now, I think what attracts an audience is it's just about people learning to talk to each other and get along.
Yeah.
And it's and find the good in each other, which is kind of hard. It's not a lot of that is happening these days, I think, in day-to-day life.
Yeah, well, Jody and I were just talking to him about how I think we all need our coping mechanisms, and there's a certain time of day I have got to turn something else on. I have got to disconnect and turn the news off, and shows like that I think are what's keeping a lot of us sane, is just having somewhere else to go, right? Even in your mind for a while. Yeah. It's just to get away from all the noise and it's people. It is about people who serve a greater good, like the West Wing was. It was about people who wanted to do good for each other and for other people and people less fortunate than themselves. And I think Virgin River is about that sort of connection that people have with each other. I play a doctor who got away from the big city hospital so he could just deal with real people as patients and get that personal connection going. And it's about people who wanted to get away from the rough and tumble life in the big city and connect on a direct and more personal level with the people around them, and I think that's in today's world, I think that's really important to remind each other that that's why we're here. Yeah. As if you could be a bigger chicken magnet. Now he plays a hot doctor. Oh, hi hot country doctor. Hello. Let's talk about your memoir. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Coming out, dropping June 2nd. Damn glad to meet you. My 7 decades in the Hollywood trenches. Wow, it's hard to believe. You still look amazing. I rounded up. Huh? Thank you. You rounded. Yeah. I rounded up. I was on 65 years. But what the hell? That is that is a long career. I wanted to share stories and experiences of working with people like Lucille Ball and Jackie Gleason and Debbie Reynolds and Hank Fonda and a lot of I talk about people that this generation today, younger people, they aren't even aware of. Lucille Ball was the first female studio executive in Hollywood. She owned Desilu Studios that produced The Untouchables and Mission Impossible and Star Trek and starred in her own TV show I Love Lucy, and was a brilliant comedian and she taught me more about sort of resilience and toughness and artistry than 10 acting classes combined. She was amazing. Yeah, well, we're sitting here with Jody Hamilton, Carol Burnett's daughter. So, but it's like, I'm sure Carol Burnett would say that, like, she stands on Lucy's shoulders. Absolutely. And then, Lily Tomlin stands, what I mean? Like, it's just, that's what's a beautiful thing about Hollywood and meeting your heroes and not being disappointed, right? Yes. And being inspired, and Lucy counseled me. I mean, she was like, she liked my work and hired me because she liked my acting, but she felt I was, I think, never said this, but she thought I was probably a little too shy and sensitive, and she was basically trying to toughen me up, and just you're going to get knocked down in this business. You just got to learn to get back up, and keep moving forward and take a punch. Yeah. Yeah, as Chumbawamba says, I get knocked down, but I get up again. That's such a valid, very, very profound reference. Very profound. There, we have something else in common. You worked with Dick Van Dyke. I worked with Dick Van Dyke on Diagnosis Murder, where I played myself, and I was suspected of killing the doctor. I I killed the Dr. Laura character for her time slot on the radio. And I got to hang out.
I love that.
With Dick Van Dyke and talk. I just pestered him with my Mary Tyler Moore impression. Asked about Dick Van Dyke's show. Isn't he like the nicest human?
Oh yeah, and one of the, I mean, really, I mean, we all know, but one of the best physical comedians. You know, I mean, you could trip over, you know, trip takes and just, I mean. To be as adept and have the longevity of somebody like that, and he was fun. He was like a normal guy, you know. I mean, we used to play ping pong with him and Debbie Reynolds at lunch when we were shooting Divorce American Style.
Wow,
I mean, it couldn't have been nicer. Yeah, like a real dad.
I'm not sure if I annoyed him or Ed Asner more with my Mary Tyler Moore impression, but he was very, very kind and patient. Wow. You know, I seriously cannot wait to read the book. You have just a fascinating career. I was laughing when you were talking because you're right. You are an amazing actor, Emmy-nominated actor. But Lucy, let me just tell you something. Lucy wanted to do you like every woman in America. So there was. I'm just saying there was you, and then there was David Cassidy, and then Donny Osmond, and that was it for me in high school. Tim Matheson.
Wow, that's high praise. Thank you.
The memoir is coming out. The 7th season of Virgin River is dropping. Truly, such a thrill, Tim, to get to talk to you again. I'm too old to remember that you were on my late night show, but it's nice to meet you again.
No, you had a lot of people on that show. It was great. It was great fun, and I adore you and your work, and thank you for visiting with me today. I appreciate it.
This is going to be my ringtone. Can you make that my ringtone? I am damn glad to meet you too, Tim Matheson. All right, talk soon. Come back anytime, Tim.
Thanks, Stephanie.
All right,
bye, Jody.
There you go. Bye.
It was him.
Okay, this is going to take us a second. It's going to take, Bella, you don't understand. You don't understand for women of mine and Jody's vintage.
So pretty.
Tim Matheson. Oh, my God. Oh, God, Otter. Okay, a little bit louder now. Oh.
I think you need to probably.
Yeah, I'm going to, you know what? I got to go upstairs and do some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what I meant by that.
I know what you meant.
No, you do not.
You're not good at it, but I know what you meant.
This is the part we said I enjoy. I love you, Stephanie, and your work. Just say that. It's down a loop. Okay. 51 minutes after the hour. Hiya, Dana. Hiya.
Hi. Okay, Chris, real quick. Ask me if I've ever had sexual relations with Stephanie Miller.
Have you ever had sexual relations with Stephanie Miller?
I have not. Thank you for the question. I have not. That's how you answer that
exactly.
question. Oh, my God.
No one, in fairness, no one admits to having sex with me. So listen.
My favorite is when they doubled down on it and someone asked about her little blankie that she got left on the plane and her husband was sitting behind her. Did you see his?
Yes.
Oh, that was beautiful when he was just like, deep breath, and this is awkward.
I mean, apparently even Trump is talking about firing her now. That was such a show. Mazie Hirono said, as I confronted her with revelations from body cam footage, a judge's ruling, the multiple times she's had to walk back even under oath, Kristi Noem could not admit to lying about the lawlessness of ICE and DHS. She won't tell you the truth, but I will. I mean, that was a bloodbath, that hearing, wasn't it?
It really was. I'm shocked she's still in this position, but at the same time, I'm horrified at who they would replace her with, because they never get better.
I know.
They always get worse.
Well, also, can I say, we missed was this Representative Joe Neguse? Every single one of these people is a grifter of some sort. Yeah. A company with no website, no real headquarters, and zero experience was incorporated 8 days before landing a $143 million DHS contract. Joe Neguse asked Kristi Noem to explain it. She couldn't. I think it's apparently somebody of hers. Yep. I mean, we say it every day. It's all a smash and grab. They're all corrupt.
That whole questioning was wild when he was like, this company got registered 8 days before you gave them the contract. They don't have an address. They don't have an actual physical place to go. It's like a P.O. box.
Right.
For them to, there's so much grifting, but there's so much good stuff the Democrats are doing with their research and calling these people out day after day. Thank God.
And speaking of which, I've been talking about this all morning. Johnny posted, Jasmine Crockett has me in tears watching her smack down Kristi Noem today on Capitol Hill. Congress will never find another unapologetic fighter like her. People will come close, but they'll never be Jasmine. Republicans fear her for a reason. And I saw you posted a great picture with her, and you said, said you would have made one hell of a senator, regardless of what the outcome might have been. I'm so sorry Dallas was targeted and the vote was suppressed. I can't wait to see what you do next. You're an incredible fighter. We need more fighters in this country. Here, Dana. Man, I hope, God, the best karma would be if she runs and beats Ted Cruz next time.
Oh, my God, it would be beautiful. And listen, I know that there's speculation that the voter suppression, and it was voter suppression, when you don't tell people you have to go to a specific precinct, and you used to be able to vote at whatever precinct, and then they don't upload that into the computer, and then the computers crash, whether it was the Democrats or Republicans, it's voter suppression. People need to be able to get out and vote easily. That's why our system was set up that way.
Tallarico spoke out about it too, and Jasmine Crockett was pure class, endorsed him wholeheartedly immediately.
Absolutely.
Said let's flip Texas blue, and so anyway. But yeah, I will admit to being a little heartbroken. I'm an unabashed Jasmine Crockett fan.
Yeah.
So let's talk about other 98 says.
Everybody knows that. Everyone knows that, Stephanie Miller. We have pictures of you kissing her feet that apparently on Fox News.
Yes, the internet is forever.
That's right.
But hey, Free Speech TV, this is the last week of the fund drive. Please, please, please help us. Word of the day. Resistance. Resistance it doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's as simple as helping your neighbor, refusing to let the people in power fearmonger. All the lying, Jody, all the lying. That's why independent journalists like all of us here on Free Speech TV are more important than ever. You can do one thing right now. Pick up the phone. Call 877-378-8669. freespeech.org/donate. Hiya, Dana. Hiya.
Hi. Okay, Chris, real quick, ask me if I've ever had sexual relations with Stephanie Miller.
Have you ever had sexual relations with Stephanie Miller?
I have not. Thank you for the question. I have not. That's
See?
how you answer that
Exactly.
question. Oh, my God.
No one, in fairness, no one admits to having sex with me. So listen.
My favorite is when they double down on it and someone asked about her little blankie that she got left on the plane and her husband was sitting behind her. Did you see his?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was beautiful when he
dear.
was just like, deep breath, and this is awkward.
I mean, apparently even Trump is talking about firing her now. That was such a show. Mazie Hirono said, as I confronted her with revelations from body cam footage, a judge's ruling, the multiple times she's had to walk back even under oath, Kristi Noem could not admit to lying about the lawlessness of ICE and DHS. She won't tell you the truth, but I will. I mean, that was a bloodbath, that hearing, wasn't it?
It really was. I'm shocked she's still in this position, but at the same time, I'm horrified at who they would replace her with, because they never get better.
I know.
They always get worse.
Well, also, can I say, we missed was this Representative Joe Neguse? Every single one of these people is a grifter of some sort. Yeah. A company with no website, no real headquarters, and zero experience was incorporated 8 days before landing a $143 million DHS contract. Joe Neguse asked Kristi Noem to explain it. She couldn't. I think it's apparently somebody of hers. Yep. I mean, and we say it every day. It's all a smash and grab. They're all corrupt.
That whole question.
Stephanie Miller.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Then the hell gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Let's do it.
Gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Then the hell gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Ooh. You okay?
God. Oh, yeah, right.
Sorry, I'm recovering from the Tim Matheson interview. Right there. I'll be right here. Right there. Oh, Otter, yes. Oh, Vice President Hoynes, I love you. Okay, I'm fine now. I'm back. Listen, we all need something. In this dystopian hellhole we live in. Chris in Chicago. Hello, Chris.
Hi. You were on, your episode was on this morning on the Hallmark Channel. It's 7 a.m. Chicago time.
My diagnosis is murder. That'll be about 14 cents for me.
Oh,
later.
That's a lot.
I kept thinking, she's still, I think you look better now, frankly. You were you were adorable then, but I think you look better now. So,
thanks.
And we love you, and
Thank you.
oh boy, we need you every day.
Aw, thank you, honey. I love you back. Aw, that's very sweet.
I liked that trail off of, you looked kind of, well, you were adorable.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's when Chris first saw a picture of Jody in Getty Images, and he was like, ooh, that's unfortunate.
It is.
He's not wrong.
Jody and I both had unfortunate eras.
Oh, he's not wrong. Taffeta was involved.
Wait, the picture of me with Oprah. How about those bangs? Huh? How about those like Shemp from Three Stooges bangs? All right. Cliff Schechter, next.
It's the Stephanie Miller Show.
And we're going to win.
All right,
Israel and the United States, you just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people. This regime is in a death row now. It is going to be on its knees. It's going to fall. And when it falls, we're going to have peace like no other time. We're going to have prosperity unlike anyone could ever imagine. Peace brings prosperity.
Do not make a joke about Lindsey Graham saying we're going to blow the hell out of them.
And they're on their knees.
They'll be on their knees. Don't make a joke.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't speak.
Don't do it, Stephanie. Don't even think about it.
Don't make a cheap gay joke. Don't do it. Okay. Look who's here. He's not rag balls until the sun comes up. Lindsay is. Not Cliff.
I'm not on my knees.
Cause her mama, she brought us Cliff Schecter. Mama don't care how much that she's got to spend. Got to get Cliff Schecter jingle in. Crummy days are gone in the basement of her home. Cause her mama, she brings us Cliff Schecter.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Rocky Mountain Mike. He also sent us, I don't know, I forgot he's from Oklahoma. All the reasons Oklahoma is great. Because I was talking about there's a billboard on the freeway here, Cliff, that says half the time from desk to your dinner table, move to Oklahoma. And I'm like, yeah, but then I have to live in Oklahoma. What's the what?
Yeah. There's happy mediums that are answers to that. I mean, I know that you know, I don't live, Cincinnati isn't a banging metropolis like LA or New York, but you don't have to move. We have like arts and 5-star restaurants and you know, theoretically professional sports teams and stuff. Like, you don't have to move to rural, you know.
Well, we've had this conversation before about your Bengals
Right.
because whose house, Bella? Rams house.
Rams house.
Okay.
God,
Yeah.
you guys should have been on your knees. We should have been blowing you up. I mean, we should have come on over there to take care of you.
Okay.
I'd rack balls until the sun came up.
God save me from these fake alpha. You are an actual alpha liberal, but from these fake alpha males, this warmongering POS, Lindsey Graham, right?
He's a fainting couch male. Like, I mean, if there ever is a point in the world where Lindsey Graham represents the alpha male, I think ritual harikari for all males may be in order. I'm sorry, but like beta male doesn't even. Is there zeta male? I don't know.
Zeta male. I don't even know where to start, Cliff. You've Got Mail says a massive economic earthquake is rattling the Atlantic. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait, and Qatar are reportedly reviewing their entire portfolio of U.S. contracts and investments. We aren't just talking about oil, folks. This is a potential $2 trillion withdrawal. Holy... Andrew says Pete Hegseth sank an unarmed Iranian ship doing maneuvers in the Indian Ocean. He let the crew members drown in the sea. Fun fact, that's a war crime. Just one of 3 over a long weekend, right? Not a long, I mean a regular weekend, right? Blowing up the Iranian girls' school, which Trump lied about and said, oh no, Iran blew up their own schoolgirls. And then bombing. Can you talk for a minute about bombing a chemical plant in the middle of a populated area? I mean,
can I use curses?
No,
I won't. I promise I won't.
No, you can.
I mean, what is wrong with you is what I would say. What is wrong with these people? Strategically, they're morons. Like morally, they're just horrific. There's just the combination of cruelty, incompetence, and corruption that reigns supreme with these idiots means that there's always something going on, and you can't always know. It could be a combination of some of those things. But because it could just be incompetence, it could just, could be corruption. But either they're making money off of it, they're doing it because they're complete idiots, or they're doing it because they love to watch people suffer. I mean, what do they want? 3 Mile Island in the middle? If you're going to have regime change, if everybody dies, that doesn't, there's not really a regime. And of course, now they're going to get the son of the guy they killed. So that worked out great.
The younger, healthier, more far right, more radical.
Yes.
Good, nicely done.
Work. And you killed his dad, as George W. Bush once famously said about wanting to go into Iraq and get revenge.
And his family.
Right. So he really is going to be extra special open to any entreaties from. I mean, they're just the dumbest group of Keystone cops. But the problem is they have all this power and they're corrupt as hell. In Saudi Arabia and Qatar and these places you've named, we have bona fide instances, proof, that of the corruption there. Unless I said bona fide. That's the kind of thing that Lindsey Graham normally says, by the way.
Yeah. He has a bona fide for war.
But, they've found new and creative ways. So it used to be easy. It was just, hey, let's rent out the top 4 floors of the Trump Hotel that nobody stays at in D.C. But now that, of course, went out of business like everything else, they find new, and it just is all so utterly ridiculous.
Let's focus.
And again, remind people it would take 3 or 4 Republicans, these ones that yell and scream and act like, I'm reasonable, like Murkowski and Collins, and Thom Tillis is great at yelling about Kristi Noem, but if those 3 and one other were to say the United States of America comes first, this would end.
Yeah. Let's focus on the one war crime. Larry says, I still can't wrap my brain around the story of the U.S. torpedoing an Iranian ship last Tuesday. It's mind-boggling for so many reasons. The ship was unarmed. It was returning from an international ceremony held to promote cooperations between nations. It was near Sri Lanka, about 2,000 miles from Iran. The attack killed at least 87 sailors. The last time the U.S. sank a boat with a submarine torpedo was 1945. What are we even doing? I mean, and that's one of a war crime a day just over the weekend. Right.
Well, and again, I don't know what to say. It's horrific, and yet they always find a way to make it worse. They're like, let's sink an innocent boat, filled with guys who aren't doing anything to us, but let's make sure it's one that was just at an international cooperation
that we knew about.
Just I mean, again, this is not shocking in that. This is exactly what, and we reported on some of this at the time. We even broke one of those stories that Pete Hegseth was doing in Venezuela. They had no idea those guys. Those guys were fishermen for the most part, and they just were blowing them out of the water with no trial, no due process, nothing. And in a couple cases, picked them up out of the water, erased all evidence, and then dumped them off in the countries they thought they were from. These geniuses.
Yeah, we are literally the bad guys in the world. There is chemical rain raining down on Iranians this morning. This one, Sergeant Nicole Amor, was days away from coming home. A week before she died, she was moved into a makeshift trailer with no air defenses. That's where the Iranian drone found her. Hegseth called it a fortified tactical operations center. Her husband said she was almost home. She had a son in high school and a 4th grade daughter. Trump started this war without a vote. Nobody protected her. I mean, and again, it's just a lot of speculation, especially overseas, that they're lying to us about the number of casualties, Cliff. They're just saying, it's only 7. Sure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, patterns of behavior. This is not difficult stuff. What have they been honest about? The only stuff they've ever been honest about is things that actually happened none of which they caused, that were good for them. And even in those cases, they exaggerate them. So anytime something bad happens, they lie about it. So why would but I just want to make that point for a second, because I'm so glad you read her information. We need to share it all. People need to see it, because these are human beings, and they're now dead because of Donald Trump.
And he's wearing his stupid doofy baseball hat at the transfer of remains, and then Fox News uses old footage and gets caught doing it of him not wearing a hat, because even they know how despicable that looks. Right?
It's the same. It's the same thing. Fox has done this kind of thing so many times. They're obviously state TV, although at this point, so is CBS News. CNN will be soon. Sinclair is. I mean, how much state TV do you need? A lot when you're this bad. But I mean, again, American soldiers, but what about these little girls? I mean, we've been spending this time on these little girls, that these predator billionaires, the same ones that destroy your job in private equity and steal your pension, the same ones that attack democracy and try to feed off of its carcass, have attacked and raped little girls. And here, it's almost like these guys are determined to destroy. Here we have a school of 7 to 12-year-old girls, and they
killed a bunch of Iranian girls to distract from the girls that he raped.
Right, and 168 was the most recent count I saw. And just imagine, you're the parents. These girls were just going to classes. They just were doing what you do every day. They weren't part of a government. They weren't part of any of that, and they're dead. Yeah. And their families will never get them back. Whatever hopes and dreams they had are gone with them. Yeah. We need to think about it like that. We're destroying people.
Cliff, so you're a political strategist. I know sometimes we're so beyond. We're just at life and death and right and wrong and not politics anymore. But Sarah Longwell.
I can try to be a human strategist too, which is a way to take Trump on.
Sarah Longwell,
have some humanity.
From the Bulwark, said on Deadline with Nicole Wallace that she's done focus groups where people didn't even know Trump struck Iran, and we've been at war for an effing week. It must be the algorithms, because they don't engage with actual news, but they live. The rock they live under must be gigantic. This is the fight we're going to keep fighting. Is this misinformation and this bubble where Fox News just runs footage of him not wearing a baseball cap because it makes him look bad. Armour says, I just had a relative tell me they thought Trump did not say Quiet Piggy, but instead said Quiet McGee, because that was the reporter's name. So I looked up the reporter's name, Catherine Lucy, showed them, then played the video. Conservative media is lying to their viewers. I mean, we are still in this disinformation bubble. How do we get out?
I mean, again, we have to be willing to do what it takes, and that's people on the left too, which is, stop with the free speech. First of all, they don't believe in free speech. Obviously, they arrested Don Lemon and all those folks. They believe in it when it's convenient. But second of all, disinformation, lies that get people killed, that is not free speech. My new hero is last name Gonzalo. I'm going to get it mixed up, and I know it's a Spanish name, so I'm going to screw it up and it sound like a racist. But the prime minister, his first name is Pedro of Spain, who is just going out. First of all, he called Trump a liar and said, we're not letting them use our bases. I don't know what he's talking about. But second of all, they're kicking Elon Musk out. They've basically said if Twitter is not if it is not regulated, they are not going to let algorithms destroy their kids. I think they're going to limit that you have to be 16 at least to go on social media. They're doing all these things because this disinformation, because corporate media sucks, so the kids are turning and other people are turning to Facebook and Twitter, and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are perfectly happy to make money off of the destruction of the world and people's deaths. So how do we change it? We need to regulate social media in a way where, no, you can't go and convince people to not get vaccines and die. You can't convince people to kill other people. You can't incite riot. You can't. We need to take it. France raided Elon Musk's office. I mean, we need to take it seriously the way Western Europe is. It is the only way out of it.
Yeah, I'm having an I hate everyone morning, including the Bill Maher's of the world, which is part of how we got here.
I've hated him for a while now. I used to love him.
This both sides do it thing. Bill Maher said he's cautiously optimistic about Trump's ongoing military operation about Iran unless he puts boots on the ground. He said, I just don't get what liberals don't get about liberation. Is this liberation? Is this liberation? Putting in a farther right? How is this liberation? I mean, what? Seriously, you're supposed to be a liberal, or you were, or whatever.
He's a full of crapple, is what he is. Yeah. I would honestly, what I'd love to ask Bill Maher is, what don't you get about the fact that you once compared a baboon to Trump and he sued you for it?
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah, he said, how about this? This was a fascist theocracy and nothing in the Middle East was ever going to get better while they're still there everything up. Okay, Bill, well, now we have a farther right, younger, healthier version of the same thing.
What is wrong with these idiots? Did they not see Iraq? Did they not see Libya, which, by the way, under Obama, and yes, was probably Obama's biggest screw up. When you take out one of these leaders, I don't care how awful they are. Yes, they all deserve whatever it is ended up happening to them. Deserving it has nothing to do with it here. If we take out somebody that is holding a country together, it becomes chaos. There's more terrorism. There's more starvation and predation. There's more weapons. It's just.
I'm not done with Bill Maher.
Done it? How stupid are you?
Then he talked about a Kamala Harris post from last week that she posted. Donald Trump is dragging the United States into a war the American people do not want. And Bill Maher said, and who knows more about what the American people don't want? Shut the up. Seriously. Do you know what I mean?
Living in Hollywood Hills, who goes on HBO once a week.
And lost with all the I know happened, particularly in the swing states. She lost by 1 point. Shut up about what 75 million of us voted for.
Campaign, right? And even with a 100-day campaign and all of this saddled around her, and the fact that no incumbents around the world because of COVID and inflation post-COVID, she still almost won.
Yeah.
I actually think there are mistakes she made, but with an objective person would also give her credit for some of the really good things she did. She would, before Gavin Newsom, anybody else, she started criticizing and mocking Trump in a way all these Democrats were scared to do, and it led others to step forward on that.
Yeah, you didn't like her Middle East policy.
Shove it up is Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, you didn't like her Middle East policy. How's that going now? How's the Middle East looking now? Let me just end on one happy note.
Dumb, it just hurts.
Yep.
Honestly.
DC says Trump is losing on all fronts. Dems are winning special elections in red states. We lost 92,000 jobs last month. China is providing missiles and Russia intelligence to aid Iran. Our longtime allies are pulling away as they don't trust Trump. Gas prices are rising. Republicans do not care about enough about America to remove this child rapist from office. I mean, if we don't have a blue tsunami, Cliff, I don't know what to say. What else would have to go wrong?
I mean, gas prices went up 38% in a few days. So, what do we need to? And they're gouging, by the way. They had already had crude oil, and they already had the current gas ready. We need a populist campaign that goes after every one of these monopolies, all these billionaire predators, economic predators, predators on little girls, all the ones that surround Trump, the head scumbag, and calls them what they are, these couple percent of people that steal, extract, destroy, are wrecking democracy, are wrecking our economy, and just, you're right.
Yeah.
A tsunami where we blow them out of the water, we're in plus 15,
there you go.
plus 16
all
Republicans.
Right. We're long, because that's what happens when we start talking. 22 minutes after the hour.
Too much,
No, you don't. 22, just the right amount. 22 minutes after the hour. Good morning.
Hello there, Stephanie and crew. That little theme song really cheers me up every Thursday morning.
So do
I wake up, in a deadly depression about the breaking news of the night. And, you kind of I wait for that little tune, and here it comes.
Here it comes.
I'm lifted.
Clarion call. Oh, I forgot this one. Our friend Charlotte Clymer said, if you're just joining us in Operation Epstein Distraction, Trump's White House claimed Spain had agreed to cooperate with the U.S. military in its war in Iran. Spain fired back immediately. Trump's White House is lying and reiterated non-cooperation. It's going very well, as the president said yesterday. Don't you think? Going very well.
Better than very well. Is there something better than very well? Because I don't know that we have the lexicon really to describe how this is going. And I'm telling you, among the amazing things about this is the utter lack of a sense, an idea of what the hell is supposed to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is just mind-boggling that we went into this with no plan, no consistent rationale, and we're just bombing the crap out of people. And there we are.
And the
history of America unfolding under DJ Trump.
You've put so much time and effort into helping, the children in Ukraine who are the victims of this war criminal, Vladimir Putin. And here we are. And I just was looking at the aerial shot. Holly said, this is Tehran today, March 4, 2026. These are not precision strikes. This is carpet bombing. This is astronomically expensive and kills lots of civilians. I don't know who can defend blowing up 168 little girls and their teachers in our name. Can you?
Well, they're not even trying to defend it, Stephanie. And look, this is the classic story of war is grown-ups fight and children suffer. And no matter what the rationale, let's say there was a rationale, which there isn't, for what we're doing in Iran right now, the reality is that the collateral horror story is the death and the destruction of the lives of innocent children. And this is a story that goes from Sudan to Ukraine to the Middle East. It's just never ending. And it's a shame that humanity can't get its act together to try to protect the next generation.
And meanwhile, you threaded about, we're putting kids in concentration camps here. There's no other way to say it. You said the U.S. government operationalized a key immigration deterrence strategy long promoted by Miller and President Trump by creating inhumane, medically and psychologically harmful conditions for children in federal custody as a straight-up sanctioned child abuse by the government. No. And you wrote a whole piece about it. It's government-sanctioned child abuse. You said, before I saw the boy with the iconic bunny-eared hat and backpack, I'd seen this movie before. In 2019, after several migrant children died in federal custody, the Trump administration contacted me, a pediatrician who had directed a children's intensive care unit, and asked me to develop a medical screening protocol that would help Border Patrol agents identify seriously ill children. I developed a protocol, but it was never adopted. See, I didn't even know that part of your resume, but here we are.
I had the opportunity to see the children in cages. You remember that whole thing in 2019?
Oh, yeah.
And I walked through that facility, Stephanie, and, literally these are kids in chain link fence enclosures, 20 to 30 little children in this sterile cage on a cement floor, little thin mattresses, no toys, crying, hands stretched out. It was searing, and something that I would have liked to have unseen in a certain way. But on the other hand, it remains with me as a memory of what this government is capable of doing. And here we are, this entire crew back. The architect of that program was Stephen Miller, who was a special assistant for policy to the president. Now he's been promoted to what? To the director of immigration policies and other policies that are using cruelty as a tool of statecraft and policy management. So what a pathetic state we're in.
Stephanie Miller.
The things you say, you're unbelievable.
Boom. Cliff Schechter is here. Our favorite alpha liberal.
I'm here.
American opposition says the White House is releasing Call of Duty footage claiming it's from Iran. That alone should cause immediate impeachment and removal. We have lost the plot. As we all know, Cliff, the only good use of AI is this.
Christy Gnome is an unemployed bird-legged hoe. Christy Gnome is an unemployed bird-legged hoe. Christy Gnome is an unemployed bird-legged
Really, any AI that mocks them, I love it. At our place, at Lamp Media, David Schuster does a weekend roundup of the best
He's
AI.
fantastic.
He's the best of the best AI mocking them, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And But otherwise, let's talk here. OpenAI is supporting the Pentagon. It is whoring out for them. So decide if you want to stay at ChatGPT or move over to Anthropic, like so many people are doing, because ChatGPT is helping them with surveillance. And apparently, they have blamed and who knows if it's true, but they've blamed the bombing of the Iran school on an AI error. Yeah. So ChatGPT or OpenAI may have killed 100.
By the way, Aaron Rupar, our friend, says the killing of Iranian children during an illegal war is an impeachable offense, not to mention a grave crime, and Congress really should act on it. 15 Republicans in the Senate could end this night now before it somehow gets worse. It is literally an hour. Impeachable offense, war crime, you name it, an hour. 29 minutes.
That's the most maddening thing is that it wouldn't take a lot. It would take a few of them with courage, and this would be over.
That's right. More Cliff Schecter next.
President Trump has proven he's a man of his word. If you go back and look, not just over the past year as president, but in his first term and in many years in his private life as well, when he has said that the Iranian regime can never obtain a nuclear bomb, well, now he's finally acting on it, and he has the courage to do what so many presidents in the past did not. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, oh, that's fantastic. Thanks, Caroline. Yeah, he has the most courage of any draft-dodging, bone spur chicken.
He's a man of his
piece
word. I think it just depends which word you're using.
Right,
Either
correct.
Adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, guy with piss cotton candy for hair. I mean, it really just depends.
All these stories, hail online threads. Cliff says, my husband is currently deployed and all of his Trump voting family has now texted me asking if he's okay, if I heard from him. Now, I'm not so mean as to deny worrying family, but I'm petty enough to let them know their son told them multiple times their vote directly impacted his job and they didn't listen. I know we've talked about the splintering of the MAGA base because of the Epstein files and now this war. Yeah. I mean, everything he ran on. The No Forever Wars and releasing the Epstein files. What's your sense of what percentage of that base is going to stick no matter what?
I mean, I think that, there's a good sort of, so if we're talking among his base, probably the majority of them, right? Like 60, 75%, who knows, who are cult members. But if he loses, let's just say 25 to 30% of them, and the reason why that can happen is it's not just Tom Massey and Warren Davidson and certain others on the right in the House anymore. Marjorie Taylor Greene is out there screaming, yelling. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, the Nazi Nick Fuentes. I can't believe I'm making common ground with a Nazi. But
I've had to apologize to my Nuremberg prosecutor dad several times for approvingly quoting Nick Fuentes.
I mean, so I do think those folks can lead a certain number away, or at least not to turn out.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe we can win in some of these plus 15, 16, 17 Republican districts.
I mean, everybody on social media, Amber said he wore a baseball cap to a dignified transfers of soldiers whose death are entirely his doing, a baseball hat. Even so, Fox News is forced to do this. Cliff, here we go.
Before we move on, we want to acknowledge a mistake made earlier on our program. During our coverage of yesterday's dignified transfer, we inadvertently aired video from an older dignified transfer instead of the ceremony that took place yesterday. We deeply regret the error and extend our respect and condolences to the service members' families. We honor the sacrifice of those six American heroes.
They got caught airing footage because even that they knew that looked awful.
Kind of like Roger Ailes inadvertently grabbed women.
Yes, yeah.
Is that the inadvertently they mean?
And he's just such a sociopathic weirdo. Trump said this morning in reference to the 6 soldiers that were killed, coming home in a different manner than they thought they'd be coming home.
That's terrible.
Whenever he's extemporaneous, he's so strange, as you just said.
Yes.
It's not even just like the insensitivity, I think that fuels it because he doesn't know how to react to these things like a normal human does, who possesses empathy so he says what he thinks he should say, and he always ends up saying some strange. I mean, who says that?
Yeah, exactly. Maximus says the Pentagon says 6 soldiers are dead and minimal damage. Satellite imagery tells a different story. Satellite imagery from ABC News, the New York Times, the Washington Post have confirmed what the Pentagon won't say out loud. The damage to U.S. bases is far worse than reported. Again, getting better journalism from overseas. Our media seems to get shamed into it at times, right? It's Trump told CNN that Cuba will fall pretty soon. Cuba is an island of 11 million people where the lights go out for 20 hours a day because the U.S. cut off their oil. The power grid is broken, the rubbish trucks have stopped, and the hospitals have no fuel. So Cuba falls. Then what? Trump has no answer. Right. He never does.
No, because he doesn't. I mean, again, it is physically impossible for him. He lacks the intellectual capacity, the patience, whatever, to plan. He's never been able to plan more than 5 minutes. I don't even think that far ahead. There was no plan here for Iran. Who takes over? What forces do you support? Do you grab some of the Republican Guard folks who aren't as bad, maybe, and support them so that there's a more moderate-esque regime? None of that. They didn't put any thinking into that. And the fact that Iran is right next to Iraq, where you've got sectarian violence between Shia and Sunni. Iran is Shia. I know this is really difficult stuff in the White House. And next to them is this place called Afghanistan, who has radical Sunnis in the Taliban who took back over after the wonderful job they're all. I mean, this could be a whole, and then don't forget Syria. This could be a whole region of instability, and it all connects at the end to Pakistan, who has nuclear weapons.
To your point about who says that, what president says that when he said, "Are you worried about people are worried about attacks on the homeland?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess so." Stuff happens in war. I mean, in this end, the White House blocked the FBI, DHS, and National Counterterrorism Center from warning law enforcement about rising terror threats at home linked to the Iran war. They started a war that puts Americans in danger and then blocked agencies trying to warn us about it. Only a truly deplorable administration would prioritize protecting its own image over protecting the American people. Well, I mean, and people are openly speculating we're going to have a false flag, a Reichstag fire, and they're going to blame it on Iran and martial
something
law.
Like that, but there could be a real attack because they pull
or a real attack.
Noam, who's incompetent anyhow, obviously,
and a bird-legged hoe
off of that stuff and put them on the really dangerous thing of innocent brown people who are 5 years old and using them as bait to get their parents to come out of homes, so they stop paying attention to and Iran does have a known capacity. They've got domestic terrorist cells, and we are a country that literally lets anybody who's even barely breathing buy an assault rifle. Do the math on the fact that there's, they're going to be things. I hope they're not terrible, but we make it so easy by not paying attention and by letting people get weaponry in this country.
I mean, so Ryan says Trump just told CNN, quote, "The next new war is going to be pretty soon." While the U.S. is already escalating deeper into the war with Iran, he also veered into talking about Cuba, saying it's going to fall pretty soon, suggesting Marco Rubio could handle negotiations there. Let that sink in. We're already watching a widening war in the Middle East. U.S. strikes are continuing. I said at the top of the show, Cliff, we are in Hitler territory. Is anybody going to stop this madman?
Yeah, and he's going to do Cuba. That's the thing. And I shouldn't say do because it's not respectful. He's going to attack. The reason why you have to always look at the factors. I kept saying again and again, that he wasn't going to attack Greenland because I knew what was on the other side of it. NATO was. And he was not going to go, no matter what an idiot he is and how much he'd love it, he feels like a tough guy. He was not going to go to war with NATO. But there's nobody defending Cuba. Nobody.
Yeah.
Russia's not going to defend them. China, nobody is going to stick their neck out for Cuba. So you can be sure we're going to attack it.
So Malcolm Nance always, promotes doing the overpass campaigns, and stuff like this at least gives me hope. A banner hung over the largest highway in Boston: "War crimes don't hide sex crimes. Keep talking, keep sharing." I
think that line is perfect and should be used. Talk about messaging.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Frank says the Epstein files are not just allegations. There's also evidence collected after the allegations were made, and the president is all over them. This is just today. Andrew Weinstein said new records reveal a guard searched for Jeffrey Epstein's name just minutes before his body was recovered. This follows reports of thousands in unexplained cash deposits made to that guard's account days earlier. The coincidences are starting to look like receipts. We need a nonpartisan, independent investigation to provide answers to the public. Nobody I know thinks Jeffrey Epstein killed himself.
No, and again, beyond all of that, when it's just allegations, whatever. Look, the FBI invited this young girl in 4 times to interview her. The FBI
used the evidence to convict Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein.
If they lack credibility, the FBI says bye-bye when you come in once, and they kick you out. All right? They don't sit there and take notes over 4 different times. And she had plenty of details in there if you read that sickening account.
Yes, I did.
And again, related to a 13-year-old who sued him in court for rape and then ended up pulling it from the docket and walking away because she said she was being threatened for her life. His bragging about owning pageants so he could peek on 14 and 15-year-old girls changing. It's not like we're in territory here where it's like we've never heard this stuff before.
Well, Cliff, we just had my friend Lisa Bloom in studio a week or so ago, and I didn't realize the girl in this complaint is Katie Johnson. That was her client, who I don't know if you remember, who got scared to death and shut up before the election. But
the original complaint where she had sued him in court. And the details in there were horrific too. So again, this is a pattern. The way he always acted around his daughter, especially when she was young, which is gross. That video where he made a joke on it, where he saw some 12-year-old and said, "I'll be dating her in 10 years," which actually he was giving himself a little bit too much time there. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much evidence from the way he behaved, the way he talked about Epstein and said, oh, he loves beautiful women like I do, and he even likes them young the way I do, or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sorry. This isn't like where there's smoke, there's fire. This is like where 400,000 campfires are. There's fire. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just obvious. There's enough evidence here. Any normal situation, and I'm even talking under past Republican presidents, opens an investigation when it comes to this stuff,
Yeah.
but not these guys.
Yeah. Speaking of smoke, due to the air pollution caused by the refinery struck in Iran last night, the sun did not rise in Tehran this morning. The Iranian Red Crescent has now warned people to wear masks. As you said, another war crime. Chemical warfare.
I thought, I guess Trump and his base will have to contact them, let them know that masks don't work. So.
Yeah, right. One last one. Nathan says Trump has changed his narrative today to state the war is almost over and the job's nearly done. Nothing has happened. There's no regime change. There's no Iranian liberation. There's no geopolitical leverage gained. Do I think that the Iron Dome showing cracks has anything to do with this? Yes. Do I think the market inevitably tumbling tomorrow has anything to do with this? Yes. It's taco again. That's what some strategists predicted, Cliff, that like he always does, he'll just claim, I just saw, what's the headline today, Jody? Stock market tumbles as gas price price of oil, passes $100 a barrel. He'll just claim victory a couple days and get out. Mission accomplished, right?
We've been heading this direction, reality TV and marketing and this and that. This may be the first purely substance-free human who everything 100% is about, marketing, branding, made-up crap.
Yeah.
So when he gets to a point where he thinks he can get away with it, he walks away.
Right.
I mean, anybody heard about Venezuela lately? There's people being killed in the streets. I've seen stories about it, whatever. But there's not a lot because all right, he's done. Mission accomplished. Done. He just ended up putting in the VP under Maduro, who's a vicious tyrant herself, who's going around busting unions and beating people in the street. So that's who we have running Venezuela now. Got a ton better.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Victor says bombing oil refineries close to a city amounts to chemical warfare. Trump is turning our country into a pariah nation. This will never be erased from our history. Ame says it's bad when Switzerland stops being neutral. Switzerland says the U.S.-Israeli attacks on Iran are a violation of international law.
We were losing the guys that stored Nazi booty from World War II that they stole.
Yeah.
I think that should sort of tell you where we
and
are.
Nicholas Kristof, who ought to know, said Iran's leadership has chosen Khamenei, the previous leader's son and aide, as the new supreme leader. So President Trump's war has succeeded in replacing one supreme leader, Khamenei, with another who is younger, healthier, and just as hardline and has close ties to the IRGC. MAGA, am I right?
Good job, guys. Yeah, and if there were to be a draft, guess who goes first? I mean, what do you say at this point?
I know
we all warned them. We all knew character is destiny. This man has lacked.
Yeah.
He's the 7 deadly sins plus the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse plus anything else negative you can find in the world. Plus the stuff you wipe off your shoe. Okay?
I forgot all the details, Cliff. Jeffrey says, well done, Trump, you absolute nincompoop. You took out an 86-year-old radical who was dying of stage 4 cancer and replaced him with the guy's healthy 56-year-old hardliner son. Free Iran, indeed. I mean... And then this just struck me. Get Trump out of power before he destroys the world. We cannot sustain this. We cannot sustain this for 3 more years. The world's
we can't sustain this, but we also cannot sustain a democracy with this for 3 more years. The world, yes, and obviously it comes first. We are members of the world, and they don't deserve this. But also, if we just talking about American democracy, by then enough things will be normalized. Bribery will just be a regular part of doing business in the government and all these. I mean, if these people, him, Bondi, Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem, new guy, Mark Wayne, Billy Bob Thornton, McMullen,
Ricky Bobby,
McGee, whatever the hell his name is. By the way, I guess now is supposed to erect a wall on the southern border as part of his job because they cover that stuff between us and Mexico, but was not even able to put a wall between his first 2 names. Right?
He apparently picked that guy is because he's the one that tried to grab Representative Green's sign during the State of the Union.
An associate's degree in construction technology. That's as far as he got in school. That's the guy you want running DHS.
Okay, 48 minutes. What was the joke? He can't even erect a wall between his two names. Okay, 40.
Sorry, I had to try to get that out there, even if.
Exactly. 48 minutes after the hour. This morning, Carl Frisch. Hi.
At least we got one. At least we got a morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wow, that's a low bar we've set.
I feel like
suggested
we set this bar months ago when we said it was only a matter of time before he tried to get, another distraction from Epstein files.
Yeah.
And we predicted this weeks ago.
Yeah. By the way, thank you all, everybody on social media. Dolly on Thread said, "I haven't forgotten the Epstein files and the reality that the current usurper in the White House raped children and laundered money, resulted in being blackmailed by multiple foreign governments to do their bidding. I hope you don't forget it either." It doesn't seem like people are, Carl. But I said to Bella yesterday, I don't know if she can just edit our interviews from 20 years ago, since you're such a longtime guest, about Iran. Just fill in Iran. Just where Iraq is, just we're just having. I can't believe we're doing this again, and this is even bigger and dumber.
Well, here's what's different about it, and I think it's worth noting, is that even through all of the insanity of Bush and Cheney, and them thinking that we would be greeted as liberators and such, there was still a tremendous amount of planning that went into what they did.
Right.
Even if they got it wrong.
Right.
Right. And everything I've read about this decision, there was an article yesterday, I think it was the Journal or the Post, I don't remember which, talking about how Trump's foreign policy advisors are trying to keep up with him. And what they meant by that was they try to offer him advice. He doesn't even bother to try and consider advice. He shoots from the hip, and then they try to stay ahead of it.
Right.
And that keeps them from being able to plan out scenarios of what might happen if this happens, then this. And in military planning, that's what it's all about. It's if we do this, here are the three things that could happen, and here's how we prepare for those three things,
Right.
and here's what could happen from those, and so on and so on. But when you have a commander-in-chief who doesn't even bother to consider
Right.
the advice
It just looks cool on TV. When I saw the first explosions, I was like, "Oh, this is playing great on Fox News. Look, ooh, things go boom."
I mean,
and it's I don't know if you've watched them. It looks like Iraq. It's carpet bombing. This is not precision bombing, Carl. This is carpet bombing, killing lots of civilians.
And when they're talking about having 50,000 American troops in the region, I mean, that just makes me worry about, boots on the ground. But when you've got a president who thinks he's always smarter than everybody else in the room, and that is demonstrably false.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying when we started, literally a war crime of, I don't know, an hour. Denise says, "We just blew up an Iranian ship in international waters, left the survivors to drown in direct violation of the Geneva Convention. This is who we've become." I mean, it's equal parts evil, incompetent. Like you said, there's all these Americans stranded there after all this criticism about the Afghanistan withdrawal that Biden was stuck with because it was Trump's disastrous plan and drawdown and all that. They've trapped all these Americans there, didn't even thinking about the airports and the airspace being
Worse
closed.
than that, they did think about it, and they said, "Good luck."
Yeah.
You're on your own.
Yeah. Didn't Trump? Oh, hey, Free Speech TV Fund Drive. If you would like to stop the apocalypse, is that what we're calling it?
That's what we're calling it.
Slow the existential hellscape. You might want to help to keep all these democracy warriors on the air here at Free Speech TV. It is our last week of the Fund Drive. Please help us. We need your help more than ever. Resistance. It's the word of the day. Here's how you do it. Call 877-378-8669 or go to freespeech.org/donate. Morning, Carl Frisch. Hi.
At least we got one. At least we got a morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wow, that's a low bar we've set.
I feel like
suggested
we set this bar months ago when we said it was only a matter of time before he tried to get, another distraction from Epstein files.
Yeah.
And we predicted this weeks ago.
Yeah. By the way, thank you all, everybody on social media. Dolly on Thread said, "I haven't forgotten the Epstein files and the reality that the current usurper in the White House raped children and laundered money, resulted in being blackmailed by multiple foreign governments to do their bidding. I hope you don't forget it either." It doesn't seem like people are, Carl. But I said to Bella yesterday, I don't know if she can just edit our interviews from 20 years ago, since you're such a longtime guest, about Iran. Just fill in Iran. Just where Iraq is, just we're just having. I can't believe we're doing this again, and this is even bigger and dumber.
Well, here's what's different about it, and I think it's worth noting, is that even through all of the insanity of Bush and Cheney and them thinking that we would be greeted as liberators and such, there was still a tremendous amount of planning that went into what they did.
Right.
Even if they got it wrong.
Right.
Right? And everything I've read about this decision, there was an article yesterday, I think it was the Journal or the Post, I don't remember which, talking about how Trump's foreign policy advisors are trying to keep up with
I know he has added on some priorities to the Save America Act in recent days, namely no transgender transition surgeries for minors. We are not going to tolerate the mutilation of young children in this country. No men in women's sports.
Anyway.
And the president putting all of these priorities together, it speaks to just how common sense they are. These are all common sense priorities of this president that are backed by the vast majority of Americans, and he wants Republicans to act on them as quickly as possible.
Okay, I can't. All right. Happy World War III, everybody, and nuclear Armageddon, but those 7 trans athletes can't play badminton now, so woo! Okay.
Can I just say, I want to, for once, tell them I really appreciate the fact that none of the children who Donald Trump and Epstein and the rest of them either raped or allegedly raped. None of the girls they've blown up in schools in Iran. None of the kids they've allowed to be shot in our schools in the United States or get COVID and die. None of the people that they've taken SNAP away from so they can't eat.
Yes.
And none of the people who they've taken Medicaid away from so they don't have health care and die. They all won't have to worry about forced transitions that aren't happening.
Yeah,
now.
they're protecting the children. That's what they're doing.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. I appreciate that.
CNN admits it was, what do you call it? It was a double tack strike on the Iranian girls, to your point. It was a double tack. They also killed their parents who were trying to rescue them. Dean Obadala
rescue workers, because that's what courageous people do.
Yep. Dean Obadala says footage confirmed by the New York Times proves it was a U.S. Tomahawk missile that killed more than 150 schoolgirls. Trump and Hegseth lying that it was Iran that did this. It is a war crime. Human Rights Watch is saying the attack on the Iranian girls' school should be considered a war crime. Okay, one more, Caroline.
How many
Levitt.
war crimes are we up to? Anybody paying attention?
I'm not counting here.
President means is that when he, as commander-in-chief of the U.S. Armed Forces, determines that Iran no longer poses a threat to the United States of America and the goals of Operation Epic Fury has been fully realized, then Iran will essentially be in a place of unconditional surrender. Whether they say it themselves or not, frankly, they don't have a lot of people to say that for them because the United States and the state of Israel have completely wiped out more than 50 leaders of the former terrorist regime, including the supreme leader himself.
It's not his son. Can she learn how to conjugate verbs? Goals have, not has.
Yes,
that would
and
be
thank
one
you.
thing. It's plural.
Kylar says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're rooting for the people pouring acid rain on human beings, you are on the very wrong side of history. And Miles Taylor, our friend, Cliff, who was just on the show last week, said, my former GOP colleagues are still standing by their man. The month he starts a war, slaughters civilians, starts a global financial panic, puts America in the crosshairs of terrorist attacks, and is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. Good luck in the midterms.
Good stuff. I will say quickly, the State of the Swamp thing I went to a week ago that Miles Taylor threw was one of the best events I've been to counter Trump. That was great stuff. Miles is a good dude.
Yep. And Stinson Carter, one last one. Republican leadership in America is catastrophic for the world. It's hard to keep up with how much they are picking up. I mean, Cliff, I guess we should be glad on the politics, but man, it is hard in the midst of an ongoing catastrophe of war crimes and sex crimes and just, this moral show.
It is, and I have to say something quickly, though. I'm going to have to talk to you at some point off air or whatever, because you were so kind last time. We're doing the 1-year anniversary 12-hour live stream on March 18th. You may remember you joined me for that last one.
I'm in.
And the reason why I mention it is because the theme of it, Miles will be joining, to name one person, a lot of other folks, but the theme of it is going to be that we're going to have the damn midterms and we're going to publicize what they are trying to do.
We're out of time, but I'm in. We love you, Cliff Schecter.
What is that?